Okay, let's start the show with this catchy tune.
All on the TV screen, you gotta show him some love, you gotta show him some green. The world's gone crazy and it's so obscene, you gotta know where to hide in the big machine. Say it sounds like TV on the radio, so push that sound, I wanna hear it in stereo. Do what you want, it's the will of the people, nothing holds you back on that all-night radio. Ain't no love tonight in this city and here.
All right. We're here.
Yeah, man.
Post-Christmas.
Yeah. And you know something? That song, once again, gets me into
It brought you back. You haven't heard it in a week. It's a new feel to it. It's a post-Christmas listen.
Yeah. It gets my heads, for some reason, it gets my juices flowing with the show. I don't know.
Because it's rock and fucking roll.
It centers
Kroshus.
me. It centers me. I feel focused.
It really does, because you were flying high and screaming before we recorded.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then I put the song on and it calms you down.
Believe me, it could be a wild one. Hopefully we're in store. Buckle up, people.
Buckle in, guys.
You know?
We had a holiday. We're all gifted up. Did you get gifts?
No.
You didn't get anything for yourself?
No, I mean, no, not really.
You didn't treat yourself to some fucking goulash or whatever? A meal?
No, I made nothing too special. Actually, it's the truth. Maybe it's a little sad, but for me, it was like I talked to my family. I was gonna fly to Chicago, but I made the choice, and you made the choice too. I had to change plans in San Jose. I would have been in 3 airports. I don't know. I was just
You were in San Jose, and that means I had to change plans in San Jose, kid. You know?
No. My flight was going to be Burbank to San Jose to Chicago. Then the way back was Chicago to Vegas to Burbank, and it's like I'm going to hit several airports there.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I don't know if it's. I mean, even though I've gone to LAX a bunch doing my Lyft work, and there's hardly anybody at LAX now. It's like 1/20th.
Oh,
of the
it's
number
dead.
of
It's a
people,
ghost town.
Which is like LAX is like O'Hare. It is a animal.
Huge.
It's a beast. It's probably even bigger than O'Hare. And O'Hare is a big airport. And it's like about maybe 20%. I think there's one more terminal. No, I think they both have 7. I could be wrong. But
that's
my point
such a
is,
nerd Kroshus thing to know.
What?
I would have no idea how many terminals an airport
it's like,
has.
I mean, the number of terminals is how many people are going to come in. I mean, you have like a major city. If you have like 3 terminals, you have like a pretty big city. Chicago and LA have 7 terminals, the main airports. And then there are other airports beyond that. Like that's how many airports there are, you know? So but the point is I didn't want to travel. So I stuck around here as you did. I stayed around here in LA, you know, talked to family yesterday, which was good.
I watched Batman Returns and Forever, which I got to say.
That's your comfort food?
Oh my God. It's like a big pile of mashed potatoes for me. I saw those in theater as a child, loved those movies. And I even knew they were bad. I was thinking about this the other day.
Bad. The first one is classic, man.
Well,
it really
I'm
is.
saying Returns and Forever specifically.
Oh yeah.
I loved it. I remember loving that. And even at the time, I was too young to really get the to read the fucking rags. I didn't know people thought they were bad. I thought everybody was 8 years old and was like, this fucking rules, dude. Yeah. But really, if you think about it, I came up in a time of not great movies. Like it was Basic Instinct came out, Batman Returns, Batman Forever. Let's get a list of 90s movies.
Basic Instinct in 92, and we talked about that about 6 or 7 episodes
rape is
ago.
prevalent.
I had never watched it.
Real prevalent rape.
It's one of the things I binge watched. Or just, I was like, I'm going to watch this movie. It is so fucking dated, and it made $349 million. It was a huge movie. But what's interesting about it is you see the showgirls starting to happen, because it's Esterhaus and Verhoeven pairing up. You know, Esterhaus wrote Basic Instinct, Verhoeven directed it, and they also did the same collaboration on Showgirls, which is, you know, one of the best all-time bad movies.
Well, Showgirls, you got to see Lisa Turtle's fucking old turtle finally. No, not Lisa Turtle. You got to see Jessie Spano from fucking Saved by the Bell. You got to see her fucking ding-a-ling-a-ling.
But she was that movie's hysterical. The dialogue is unbelievable. It's such a good movie. It's so
We'll put
bad.
a little 7 on in the back.
But the point is that Basic Instinct had a lot of, you can see the showgirls and you can hear it. Like Michael Douglas is just yelling, like he's just an asshole in it. Like he's such a dick.
of a lifetime.
Yeah. And just he's naked a lot. There's a lot of
a lot
of nudity,
a lot of male
like
ass.
weird, like early '90s male nudity. You know, it's
good movies did come out in the '90s, but even in a sense of them,
the independent movies.
But
were good.
listen to the big movies that are good. It's the era of effects, 100%. So we have number 1, Titanic.
Yeah.
Number 2, The Phantom Menace. Number 3, Jurassic Park. Number 4, Independence Day.
Entertaining.
Number 5, Lion King.
I never saw.
Number 6, Forrest Gump.
Of course.
Number 7, The Sixth Sense. Number 8.
Wow, number 7 was The Sixth Sense.
Number 8, This Is Money.
Yeah.
Jurassic Park: The Lost World.
Yeah.
Then you have Men in Black, Armageddon, T2. Ghost is number 12.
Ghost made that much money.
$505 million.
Oh man, Ghost was a hit.
Whoopi, dude, we were talking about Whoopi earlier today.
She won the Oscar.
Her 90s reign was incredible.
Yeah. Oh yeah, she was.
Whoopi reigned fucking supreme.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. It was like her and Eddie Murphy were the only like sort of black stars. I feel like, but Denzel was just kind of starting off, you know. But it's like, I think in the 80s, certainly, man, it was like Murphy and Whoopi Goldberg. I remember her doing a HBO special. I saw it in the summer of '85.
Oh, she was the king. Her and Crystal and fucking Robin Williams.
Yeah, absolutely. The HBO is definitely a major sort of stepping stone.
We're watching 7 right now. We're going to be flicking around. We got a little Better Off Dead in the second half that we're going to be getting into. We got a lot of things like this, of course, for people. As I announced 10 minutes into the podcast, this is the show where we talk about what's going on in our lives in the world through what is on television.
Yeah, it's yes, we do that.
And then so we have Aladdin, number 13, Twister, 14, what in the top 15 of the 90s. I love it. Toy Story 2, Saving Private Ryan, Home Alone. But like these movies are all ridiculous. Mrs. Doubtfire is the number 22nd highest grossing movie of the 1990s. I didn't come up in the classics is what I'm trying to say, Crow. There's no Casablancas when I was a kid.
There's no fucking Citizen Kane.
When people like, oh, your generation, we watched what we were given.
Dude, I tell you what. Within that movie, I'd say the most impactful movie of those
T2
is I'd say Jurassic Park, man. Jurassic Park is definitely up there. T2 is up there too in terms of an impactful movie.
American Beauty was a serious movie, but that's
Absolutely.
99. That's getting in there.
Well, yeah, but by the late 90s, there was more of an indie streak that was going on. Pulp Fiction's got to be in there somewhere. That was like a breakthrough. Yeah. That was a breakthrough for indie film and unique style.
No, it's not. It didn't. It must have made under 327 million because that's the top 50. Jesus. 7 is number 50.
Wow.
We are then inadvertent, ladies and gentlemen, came around back to 7. You see what the podcast is?
Look, exactly. It's full circle, as they say, right?
Yep. GoldenEye 40. That was my first Bond movie.
I saw that in the theater. GoldenEye. Lick his lips. Fucking GoldenEye. Tina Turner singing like some sexy. Those songs are so fucking.
This is also an opportunity, ladies and gentlemen, for me to do the new camera, which is TV behind us. I got TV on behind us for YouTube. I don't want to confuse you, Crow. I'm gonna flip it. I've gotten eye tests of saying it's distracting.
Yeah. Yep.
But we'll flick it in every now and again.
We'll see. Exactly.
Speed 42.
So what is your favorite Bond song? What is the best Bond song in your eyes, and what is the worst?
You know what? The one that Chris Cornell did for I think the second Daniel Craig one was really fucking good.
Oh yeah, Casino Royale or something. Yeah.
Well, Adele did one. I think Adele did Casino Royale.
God. Yeah, those modern ones, I'm not as aware of them. See, I think Live and Let Die is still a pretty good song.
The fucking
Live and Let Die. Oh, I'm sorry, that's the accent. I would get fired up when I heard that song when I was a middle teen, like 16, 15. Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
But then I would also say, For Your Eyes
Only.
The
Little Mermaid was 89.
Yeah, that was the 80s. What do they say? What are the 80s movies?
You want me to go to 1980 in films?
Yeah, let's see that. What's
the highest grossing?
Well, in 80, it was Empire Strikes Back, I'm sure.
No,
but
Last
the 80s,
Crusade, Daddy,
Last Crusade
is number one.
made the most money.
Yep, 474 in 89.
I saw it in the theater.
Number 2, Batman. Number 3, E.T. Wow. Number 4, Rain Man. Number 5,
Yeah, Rain Man was a big. I mean, that started the. I have an opinion here. That started the whole thing with Dustin Hoffman. Like, ooh, the person playing the actor playing the developmentally disabled.
Oh, that made
like he was the first guy to really do. And then everyone did. Everyone had to do that throughout the night. It still is done.
What's Eating Gilbert Grape happened because of fucking that.
Yeah, absolutely. Of Rain Man. Ooh, it's an actor that can explore like the mentally challenged. Ooh, and he wins an Oscar. Anyway, but go ahead. After that, 4.
And then you have Back to the Future 2, and then Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Wow.
Look Who's Talking, number 7. Coming to America, 8. Return of the Jedi is 9 at 252 million, just above Crocodile Dundee Part 2.
Yeah, Part 2. I never saw Deuce. I saw the first one. I saw Crocodile Dundee in the theater.
Dead Poet Society 11.
I saw it with my mom in the theater.
I don't like that movie.
That movie.
Maybe it's just because I saw it on a pretty bad date, but
yeah, it's it was deemed very cutting edge when it happened. When it came out, I saw it with my mom, and I had gotten into a big argument with her before the movie, and I didn't enjoy it. I was in a real bad headspace with my mom.
You had cutting edge films. Even Who Framed Roger Rabbit was like, holy shit.
Yeah, that was a new thing.
Like Look Who's Talking is dumb. Beverly Hills Cop. You have Ghostbusters. Lethal Weapon 2. Honey, I Shrunk the Kids was probably a pretty ridiculous movie at the time.
Yeah, absolutely.
But all the top ones is mid to late 80s. There's not a lot of early 80s flicks on this list. Raiders is 18.
Yeah.
Back to the Future is 19. Empire's 20.
I wonder what scale of money they're using there. If it's just
it's current time, it's worldwide gross.
Interesting
of what it was at the time.
Is the Blues Brothers in there at the bottom?
Let's see.
Like one of the bottom 3 movies or 5 movies?
No, I don't see it. Rambo 3 sure as fuck is in there.
Yeah, well, Rambo 3 was a big movie.
Cocktails number 28.
That's Cruise.
Top Gun. Tom Cruise got 2 of these fucking movies.
Absolutely. He was a
fish called Wanda. Rocky 3 and 4.
3. I saw 3 opening night at the Rebel Yank Theater in Manassas, Virginia. And I was.
It sounds like the name of a fucking.
It was Manassas, Virginia. The first
goddamn fucking Wilco album.
It was a Civil War. There was a lot of Civil War. That's why I'm a war nerd. That's why I get along with Austin so well. He's got to be one of our listeners.
Blues Brothers is not on this list. Number 50 is Stir Crazy.
Oh, I remember that being a big movie. Sidney Poitier directed that.
Goddamn! I wish I had a drop for number 49.
What?
It's We're Working 9 to 5.
Yeah, absolutely. Aren't they going to remake that? Like with the third wave feminism was going to be like
just one of the Dixie Chicks will be in it or something like that.
No, seriously, aren't they going to like redo it?
I don't know. Let's look into it. This is how we talk about today.
Exactly. We're going to dovetail into that. We got to talk about. There's so many things went on this past week, personal life and also politically in this.
So how was your LA Christmas? You talked to family. You got into it.
I worked. I made.
Yeah, you fucking.
I lifted for a long time. My last lift was terrible. My last lift yesterday.
Just
was
an
terrible.
asshole? Or?
No, it was this kid I picked up at this motel. I mean, he was he was born and bred in like South Central LA, dude, and he was a nice enough guy, but he got in. The manager of the hotel called the lift for him and was like, why? What's going on?
Was he on heroin? Was it a heroin guy?
Well, I think he was. I think he wanted me to go pick up a score for him, So we went to this place.
That's so cool, man.
It was like we were in so we went to the hood. He was like, we're in the hood, man. Like he fell asleep, and I was like, what's going on? I couldn't understand. What he was
nodding on you. He was going Boy George on you.
And it was just like he was slurring his words, and then sometimes he was very lucid. It was a combination. And then he told a story about his fucking house got broken into, and I don't know. He didn't know all the details.
Yeah.
I didn't know all the details. He lost his phone. He had to meet some guy somewhere to get a cheaper version of the most up to date phone, like the fucking whatever it is, 12. Like he got it for $300 and it retails for $600 or whatever it is. I don't know.
So here's Dolly Parton on the sequel to 9 to 5
It was
being
a weird
dropped.
cat, man. It was a weird cat, that dude.
Well, yeah.
And it lasted.
This is La La Land, man.
The drive lasted like an hour and a half.
Jesus.
He kept changing. Look, hey, I'll give you some money.
That's definitely a drug score.
And I was
right
just
there.
like, oh my
It's
God,
100%
man.
a score.
So he gave me like $20 to meet some guy over here, and then I ended up going full circle. But I made $51 on that ride.
There you go.
Excluding the tip. It was $71.
And you have the satisfaction of knowing that that guy having to pay for that lift probably cost him in drugs, and he probably got slapped around a little bit by the dealer because he didn't have enough.
Yeah.
So you won. So Dolly Parton says, well, I actually think we dropped the whole idea of a 9 to 5 sequel. I don't think we're going to do the sequel. We never could get the script where it was enough different than the first one. And that one turned out so good. So fucking good.
Well, wasn't there going to be like a remake though?
That was going to be the sequel. That was the sequel. Was going to be like a modern reboot.
And was there going to be I'm sure Dolly was going to have a cameo.
Oh, absolutely.
Of course, and probably Jane Fonda. And
While the
Lily
country
Tomlin.
singer explained the sequel may no longer be in the cards, she did reveal that the former co-stars Lily Tomlin and Jane Fonda are open to future collaborations. We're thinking we might do a completely different thing altogether, like porn. Jane, Lily, and I. We may do something different altogether, but I don't think we're going to continue with that. Yeah, that's it. That's it, bro.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it just, that was a big movie though in 1980. My mom, that movie was like a second wave feminism crest. It was one of like the high points of like late 70s, early 80s feminism.
So let's knock out some fucking commercial topics here.
Sure.
We've got some $600 stimulus checks coming out. You're not getting one.
Yeah, I won't. I should get one because I'm not making enough money right now, but I won't.
If we're still in a global pandemic next year, you'll get one. Rest assured. Rest assured.
Well, no, because it'll go off this year's tax returns, which will still be too high.
But Trump pulled a lot of people fucking for a loop, and AOC even thanked him. He wanted he wanted $2,000 checks, and then everybody blasted AOC because she thanked him for saying that. And it was like, sometimes he says okay stuff.
Well, it's
like
also
you gotta pet a cat on the head when he does well, you know.
It's him just lobbing a bomb, knowing it's gonna hold up this totally important bill. This bill is very important.
Well, because here's what's bullshit about it, and it's simple math, but people were like, okay, you're giving however the fuck much per person. It's going to be $600 per person. That's like $200 billion. Like, where's the other 800 going? It's going to probably huge banks, all sorts of private interests.
You know, of course. I mean, the devil is in the details, you know.
But even that's the thing. That's fine that you want to do $2,000 checks, but that means you're probably just going to add more for big corporations. It's not like you're taking that away. It's not like he's saying like, yeah, big corporations should be left on their own.
Yeah.
Which they should.
You know, well, that what also just shows.
Which they should.
They should, but that'll never happen because they're completely integrated into the fucking state, which is so ironic when they bitch about the state. It's just like, nah, we'll keep that narrative out there so we can win our lawsuits when we get sued and when we sue. You know, it's a gross time. Our economic system is gross in many ways. But anyway, 7. I saw this. This was a very dark movie. Like, you know, the very much like, again, The Crow. Like, it's sort of the start of this sort of dark movie of the 90s.
And like, what's the Along Came a Spider and shit like that.
Yeah, and there was a lot of like
a lot of James Patterson books being made into movies.
And like
this era.
a lot of knockoffs of Silence of the Lambs, The Bone Collector. It was all like serial murderers too,
or just like movies with disembodied voices taunting black cops.
like what?
Go to the mailbox. Like fucking don't say a word. Not don't say a word, but what's that? Double Jeopardy.
Oh.
And no, that's because Double Jeopardy's the first one. Then there's Along Came a Spider, where he's given.
Is this the 90s?
He calls up Natalie Judd the whole movie.
Oh yeah.
And he's talking to her on the phone. Go to this phone booth and fucking you'll find a
the phone booth still being a theme.
You'll have to decode a satanic riddle and fucking
the phone booth. Wow, that is old. It's crazy to think about.
No,
that.
Phone Booth is a different movie, but it's the similar.
Yeah, exactly. It's that
similar vibe.
Absolutely, you know. Yeah, they're all getting set up by this genius, this criminal. That was a big theme too, because again,
The criminal mastermind.
this is very much was pitched like it's Silence of the Lambs with a hot new actor. You know, I mean, they tapped into a few different
Tom
movies.
Cruise
before this.
was Brad Pitt hot and new at this point though?
Oh yeah, he was new still at this point.
He was hot and new. He was
Hot and new, yeah. For about 3 or 4 years, he had been having her.
He was-
I guess Legends of the Fall was before this.
He was JFL New Faces.
Yeah, he broke through. Thelma and Louise was the first like splash of Brad Pitt. You know,
What was his first thing? Let's see if you remember.
well, he was actually an extra in Less Than Zero, but I think his first movie that he actually had a speaking. Well, that's not his first movie he had a speaking part in, but I bet you it was probably the second or third was Thelma and Louise, because that was definitely like his. Ooh, who's this guy? He's a new face on the scene.
So he is in Hunk in 1987. That's his first on-camera role. Guy at a beach with drink.
Oh yeah, so yeah,
It's all uncredited. His first 4 movies are background. No Man's Land, No Way Out.
yep.
His first speaking role, it looks like, is Dark Side of the Sun. So he did a few movies. He did Dark Side of the Sun, Happy Together, Cutting Class, Across the Tracks, and then Thelma and Louise.
Wow. So he had a little bit of a body of work. He had a little bit of a body of
And
work.
then he
that
did
could-
Contact
He had
in
a reel.
92.
He had a reel.
A short film. Johnny Suede. A River Runs
Yeah.
Through It was 92.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a big breakthrough role for him too.
California with a K.
That movie's I saw it in the
The
theater.
movie's not bad.
Yeah,
Isn't
I like
David
California.
Duchovny in that movie?
Yes, absolutely. And Lisa Forbes, and that's when. Well, I mean, what's her face? She was such an
Michelle
indie.
Forbes.
I mean, Michelle Forbes, and then also
That's
Juliet
kind of like
Lewis.
conspiracy theory, right? Isn't it about conspiracies, that movie?
No. California is about serial murderers. The theme we were talking about. It's Brad Pitt plays a hillbilly serial murderer that gets on a road trip with David Duchovny and his wife Michelle Forbes. They're going to move to California, and they pick up these 2 rube hillbillies. That's when like being white trash was like a big acting stretch, you know. And like Juliet Lewis was a absolute indie queen. She was an indie queen from the early mid-90s. Did you even have any opinion on her? Juliet Lewis?
Yeah, I like it. I found her kind of annoying in movies.
Exactly. See, I
never
never
didn't like her.
I never got
and
her.
I find it. I think I would find her band annoying because she goes full throttle into it. And as my sweet girlfriend says, I'm allergic to anything sincere. So if I saw her truly rocking out on stage, I'd probably be like, "Oh, get the fuck out of here!"
Well, she's in
You're
that
fucking actor.
She was in that horrible mid movie. What was it called? Strange Days, which is that whole cyber like Johnny Mnemonic. Like, hey, we're L.A. We're gonna get into the computer world now.
Yeah.
It's the mid '90s. That was a big theme too, like cyber paranoia.
Max Headroom.
You know?
Do you remember Max Headroom?
Of course, I remember Max Headroom. That was the late '80s though.
He was in the 90s because I remember the fucking show. Fucking what's the show? The World. Oh, early USA.
Max Headroom.
I gotta look into this. Early USA
the nice
TV
deep
shows.
cut on that one. It's terrible. Such a
Because he
nerd.
was the interstitial commercials for fucking
Well, it was mechanical looking. It was like a cutting edge imagery.
Parker Lewis.
Oh yeah.
The show Parker Lewis.
Yeah,
was
yeah.
in the era of Max Headroom. It was
Yeah.
like early 90s.
Yeah. God, I have a very faint
Parker
memory
Lewis
of that.
Can't Tell it was called or something like that.
I think you're right. But yeah, this was Pitt was now in full throttle. Like
Parker Lewis
the
Can't
machine
Lose.
had picked him up, and he's made
Parker
his
Lewis
break.
Can't Lose was a Doogie era. It was the Doogie era. Because I remember when it was during the last season, it was just called Parker Lewis. That's when I came on board.
What was the run for that show? The years?
Let's see.
Isn't it over in the right
90
there?
to 93.
Oh yeah, early '90s. Yeah.
And then it was in competition. NBC debuted the film spinoff of Ferris Bueller, but it only lasted 13 episodes.
That was a bomb. I remember
Parker
being
Lewis survived.
moderately interested in that, but that's also 4 years after the fact. Like, people had forgotten about it, right?
John Pinette was in Parker Lewis.
You know, the turnaround now, it's so fast, you know, that the trends are so ephemeral and fast, you know, that the fact that it took them 4 years to make a TV series about Ferris Bueller's Day Off is amazing. They should have had that figured out beforehand or something, but that's not the way it was done. Probably they didn't think that was going to occur. It takes a certain vision to realize that. That's my sinister, calculating LA voice, man. You must believe me. Talk to me. I know.
Dude, 90s was the commercial. The commercials were more important in the 90s than anything else,
You know.
if I'm being quite honest with you.
This is my young adulthood, and so I have very positive memories of the 1990s. I
So
shouldn't
do
say
I. It was like my childhood.
Yeah, not very positive, but there was some heartbreak in there too.
7 years in Tibet. I remember all these movies.
Oh, yeah.
Legends of the Fall. Legends of the Fall and Interview with the Vampire are kind of like I was still a kid.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't start watching real movies until, like, Jurassic Park I saw, but that was it. Like, it wasn't like...
It was still kids movies.
95, like, Speed and shit is kind of like where I start really coming into watching cinema. Outside of that, it was just Batman films.
I'm trying to think. For me, what would it have been? Well, I mean, because I liked movies. Well, again, I think I said it before. When I first saw Jaws as a 6-year-old, that blew me away.
Well,
like I remember seeing Jaws in the theater, and it fucking blew me away.
I should also say that I watched shitty 80s movies too. Not even shitty, but at the time I thought they were bad. Like, because my dad had those VHSs because he would just record random cable shows. And
but I mean, like going to the theater. Like when you go to the theater.
Oh, yeah. No, that was just every year. Like, that was a specialty. I think that's the kind of poor we were. Of like the movie theater wasn't we weren't just going to see a movie.
Oh,
like you really had to like grease them, and like they had to know you really wanted to see this movie.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah. No. Yeah. Because I'd say like, again, it was Jaws. Star Wars, of course. This is a boring. I have a boring pantheon, but it is. But from a comedy point of view, when I saw probably Airplane and Caddyshack, and then I saw Holy Grail when I was like 10 to 11. That's when my sort of comedic palate. The Jerk. I saw The Jerk when I was 10. That had a big impact on my comedic palate.
Comedies that I saw in theaters. I saw Austin Powers in the theaters, and I thought that movie was really fucking funny.
Yeah.
The second one, The Spy Who Shagged Me, I saw that.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. Did you see like were you a Carrey fan? Like Jim Carrey movies back then? It must have been
but I didn't see those in the theater.
Really?
I saw all those on video. I didn't see most movies I didn't see in theaters.
Wow. I never knew this.
No.
I've just learned something about you, Keith.
I've gone to the movie theaters 4 times in the last 3 years.
Well, yeah, I mean, I never go. Now, it's amazing.
I don't think I've gone in LA.
I mean,
We've gone, like, we went a lot. We were starting to go consistently, and then COVID hit.
The last movie I saw in the theater, I think, was 2017. Or 1917. 1917.
That's the last time you went?
That I actually saw. I saw it at the...
You're really dating yourself, Crow.
Well, that was... No, it was at the whatchamacallit, the Vista. I saw it there. But yeah, so anyway, that what's going on here in the world, the world of current events.
We got Trump pardoning people, 26 people. But that's all like regular. A lot of it is meaningless people.
Oh, but man, Roger Stone and then Paul Manafort.
Roger Stone is like 90 years old.
He's an asshole. He should be thrown in prison just for being an old prick.
For being an asshole.
You know, at this point, you've been such an asshole for so fucking long, and toy with and provocateur. Ooh, you're such a right-wing provocateur. You're just needling people. You're an asshole is what you are. That's what you are. You're not defending anything. You're just being a dick, you know? So, and quit fucking with the law this much. You got to get some time in the Gray Bar Hotel, you old fart. He has a whole he's a tattoo. He has a tattoo of Nixon on his back.
Yeah, he does.
Paul Manafort, Lee Atwater, and who was the other third right-wing asshole, had a law firm in D.C. in the 80s that was a direct pipeline to like Latin American dictators and shit, you know? And so basically the dictators, you know, they were commodifying death because they had access to Reagan. That law firm had access to Reagan. And all it was just supporting all the fucking awful dictators in the world. These are the types of human beings you're dealing with. They're justifying that type of behavior. You're not a good human being. Paul Manafort is a piece of shit. You know?
I have the actual list from the government website, from justice.gov. This is at the beginning. Let me go to now.
Of what? The argument of...
I have all the list of people he's pardoned.
Yeah.
The total list.
I'm sure.
So it was Philip K. Lemon, Otis Gordon.
What did they say? What did they do?
I mean, this is all so minutia. Otis Gordon, sell, distribute, or dispense a controlled substance.
Okay.
One guy was possession of marijuana with intent to distribute.
Is that the Kanye West connection?
No, this guy's yeah. I mean, some of them were like actual just drug shit. 2 people for false statements.
I bet you that was the political. That was part of the cover or the
30
Russian
Days.
investigation.
Alex van der Zwaan, George. Oh, that was George Papadopoulos. Yeah.
I mean, it's just, and the way he's ending his presidency, it's just such a
Some dude got let off for murder.
He's an asshole. He's so uncool.
Roger Stone
I'm gonna be
on the
so
23rd,
glad when he's
Manafort.
gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, Manafort. Well, how do they describe Manafort in there? What's the blurb they have about Manafort?
47 months imprisonment, 3 years supervised release, $50,000 fine, 25 million whatever restitution. Does that mean that's what he owes people?
Yeah, he's got to pay some. That's a substantial fine.
Subscribing to false United States income tax returns for 2010 to 2014 tax years, 5 counts. Failure to report of foreign bank and financial accounts for calendar years 2011 to 2014. Yep. Bank fraud. Lender B, 3.4 million loan. Bank fraud. Lender C, 1 million loan.
Yeah. Yeah, no, and that guy, again, he ran a law firm with Lee Atwater, and then maybe Stone was part of that too. I could be wrong. But again, they had connections to Latin American or just dictators across the planet, and they would get entree to Reagan. And that was all part of fighting the Cold War. And it was like, and these people were awful. They had death squads and shit. They didn't care, It's like, and you talk, when I used to talk about that, man, when I was a teenager, people would just be like, don't you fucking say those things. It was like, you liberal fucking, they did not like that.
You liberal
you could tell that was a really just like, no, America's not doing the wrong thing. America's righteous. And it's just like, listen, you can make an argument. That's a bad policy, but it's like, I'm also a realist. That's how a lot of the world is run, for crying out loud.
Righteous.
But that's
like some like
that's a professional wrestler,
like a Hulk Hogan promo.
America, you hit that well.
America's righteous, brother.
I was thinking about the wrestler. Was it Mankind?
Dude, a wrestler died today.
Was Mankind a wrestler? Was that his name?
Mick Foley, dude. Mrs. Foley's little boy.
That he had a name?
He was 3 wrestlers. He was Mankind, he was Dude Love, and he was fucking Cactus Jack. 3 different personas.
Jack.
And during a show, he wrestled as all 3 characters during one show.
Oh, he had like a wardrobe change and shit? Like it was some Broadway production or something?
Did a Royal Rumble or 2. As 3 different characters. He's the and then he's wrestled as Mick Foley, too, so it's been 4 different characters.
Well, his whole like Mankind, just that name to me, I find to be very funny. Like it's a hilarious name for
even his real name. His real name is Mick.
I detest wrestling and I detest comic book movies. But Keith, I watched the first half an hour.
It's good.
Of Wonder Woman 2, 84. Isn't what it is? Or Wonder Woman 84.
Yep.
And I detest comic book movies.
Not a fan.
That has been a fundamental tension, but you're always cool with it, which I appreciate.
I mean, I get it.
But it is, something, it's what, listen, Gal Gadot, that woman.
She's perfect. She's so hot.
She is gorgeous.
So hot,
she is a gorgeous woman. I mean, she's like supermodel beautiful. And it's just like, that makes it worthwhile.
That's worth it for you? That's all you're in it for?
That kind of tips the scales of like, okay, these are kind of simple plots, but listen, you're just watching them run around and shit. You're watching action. It's geared to a somewhat younger audience. I'll tell you what, they grounded the first one in the First World War. They had some real historical figures. Ludendorff was an actual.
Here's my problem
general,
with how people. I don't mind criticizing it. Like again, I'm leaning back too much.
It's okay. Man.
I don't mind people
Buckle up,
not
man.
liking
Get into
something.
It. Yeah.
It's the hyperbole people use behind it. These movies aren't ruining your childhood.
Yeah.
Settle the fuck down. Calm down.
I want to hear what are some of the reviews you have. Do you have some of those?
I don't even have full-on reviews. The main reviews are people are like it suffered from sequelitis. Well, it's a sequel. So, and then people are like it was forced. It was 2.5 hours of forced shit. Sequels are forced. The whole idea of making a new movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
The whole idea of making a movie because the first one made a lot of money is forced.
Well, yeah.
Godfather 2, as great as it is, was forced. It has nothing to do with the book.
Oh no, you're actually right. There are elements of it, but not a lot.
That's what I'm saying.
Not a lot.
The first one has artistic merit because it's based on this great book.
Yeah.
The second one was a pure money grab.
Yeah.
It was a forced
but
money.
A very good money grab.
That's
though.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And in that sense, they're all the same movie.
Yeah.
It's all sequels are forced.
Yeah. Yeah.
You got to look at it on a large scale.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
I just don't understand. So people don't like. They forgot that she flew in Justice League because people are like, I thought it was lame that she learned how to fly. When did Wonder Woman ever fly? Since always.
Yeah. Well, she had an invisible jet for crying out loud, right?
She's always flown.
The air has been part of the thing, right?
And they do the invisible jet.
I even know that.
Movie.
I even know that for crying out loud. Mine. I have limited comic book
They do
knowledge.
the invisible jet in this.
It's
movie
because Wonder
too.
Woman and Linda Carter.
She's in
beautiful.
this. Linda Carter was in
Oh,
this.
she has a cameo?
Yeah.
See, I only saw the first half an hour.
She plays this character named... Okay.
Don't spoil.
She's in the end credits.
I'm looking for... They've set it up pretty... it's the first introduction of the Kristen Wiig character of Cheetah and her. And so, whatever. I mean, at the same time, you know how much I don't like comic book movies. But, it's what it is. It's a popcorn movie.
And like everybody...
That's all it is.
People are saying that it's ham-handed and cheesy. But like that's... like I said on
that's your
Facebook.
entire generation.
Well, here's what I said on...
You like Old Spice commercials and shit, It's just like... Of course you want it bludgeoned over your head, You can't catch the subtleties. Go ahead.
Here's what I said, though.
Sorry.
I was like... If you use these words, when you criticize superhero movies, too dark, too cheesy, ham-handed, fucking or whatever, anything too hearted, you don't like superheroes then. People who dress up and fight crime aren't subtle. They are
this is true.
unrealistic, pretend, outrageous. They're usually named after some animal and shit. Like it's not, and this is why The Dark Knight ruined movies or comic book movies specifically, because everybody now expects every comic book movie to be a
grounded in reality, sort of
plot-driven, realist, and you can't do that with Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
They want every superhero movie.
Why are you saying that because you're a sexist?
You need to be able to. People want you to be able. If you remove the superhero parts, is this still a good movie? Most likely, no.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
they
exactly.
tried to make the Avengers with British detectives. It stinks. The British Avengers is awful.
No, you're Yeah, I agree with your assessment. At the same time, I cannot stand. For me, bitching about fucking comic movies.
Did you get to like the 80s-ness of the movie?
Well, I only got to the first meeting between her and the Cheetah character. It's only a half an hour into it. So it's her first crime solved.
But did you see the scene where she saves the kid in the mall?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So people didn't like that either.
Well,
they
why?
thought it was unnecessary and cheesy. That you're
introducing her character,
and you're
introducing Wonder Woman for crying out loud. You have an action sequence.
You have to establish that she fights crime. You can't just have her.
Part of her thing is her being. It's the truth.
She's a crime fighter.
She's
a goddamn crime fighter.
She is stunningly beautiful.
She's so beautiful.
She is a beautiful woman. I mean, truly. And I haven't cared about this in a long time, but I'm like, holy shit, she's a beautiful woman. And that does it for me. A lot of close-ups of her. I like it. So yeah, I'll watch the rest of it, and I will also watch. I got through the 6th episode of the 3rd season of The Wire.
Loving that. I love that you're loving it.
I've been binging it for the past 2 weeks in particular. I probably watched 17 episodes in 2 weeks. That's a lot. I can only do 2 episodes in a night. I can't just waste an entire day.
I respect that. Sometimes I binge, but only if something is like 8 episodes.
Yeah, exactly.
Then I feel like, okay, you can crank through this.
You know what I like too about, I watched those 2 things we talked about last week. I watched The Ripper one, the Ripper of Yorkshire, and then I also watched the Heaven's Gate cult, man.
While we get into this,
I watched the Heaven's Gate one. The Heaven's Gate one hit a chord, my friend.
Well, and then you find out that a couple of them actually got castrated, not just chemically. They got their shit cut off.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. It was. I
didn't know.
Guy's
balls. They cut his balls out, and his back started swelling. We've made a terrible mistake.
I mean, it's like
even a gay homosexual man knew how important and big a deal it was to fucking rupture a man's testicle. We've made a grave mistake.
Yeah,
here.
It is.
Shouldn't have let people do this.
Watching it, having the experience of kind of touched a cult briefly in my life, and I was just watching.
And they touched you too,
and I realized that. I realize that
you know what I'm saying.
Yes. I realized that I was not part of a cult. Okay, really, I wasn't.
No, it was more of a.
But there were elements of it that were.
Do you
there.
know what I think
Absolutely.
you were a part of? So did you? Do you know about the vow? Or like that fucking
or the est or the forum?
No,
the forum.
It's like the vow was more like a sex cult, but it started out. It was an HBO Max documentary. I think I told you a little bit about it.
Yeah, we touched on it a few times.
But it's basically like it was a cult that was masked in this like business seminar type thing of we teach you how to be a better executive. You take our fucking you spend $1,500 and you take our you follow our philosophy. Yeah, like it wasn't so much a cult in that it was like a society. It was just meetings you went to every month or something like that.
And it was very much done by industrial psychologists who, you're there to make a buck. You're there to prove your worth and your value, so it came out of that sort of camp. And it was much more of it was a self-help thing. It was kind of a Tony Robbins a bit, but that's more optimistic than this. This had more of a hard edge to it, what I was involved with. There's no doubt about it. So some of the things in the Heaven's Gate cult that actually resonated with me from my experience, for 5 months, I was part of a group that was called the School for Exceptional Living. That was the name, which is a classic
that checks
name.
The box.
Yeah, that's one of the names. Exactly. Checks the box. And I was in a, basically there were 3 points, maybe 4 points made by the scholars they spoke with during the course of the episode that I was like, yeah, that's what I experienced. But like, here's the things we didn't have. We didn't all wear the same uniform.
Right.
We didn't all have the same haircut.
You didn't have like a color sash system where you like worked your way up or anything
nothing like that. You
no lieutenants and stuff like that.
There was no ranks or anything.
Yeah.
You were your name. We didn't just pull up stakes.
I'm Adam and I'm a man.
We didn't
Did you cry? Did they make you break down?
Oh, there was some breaking down.
Broke it down?
Oh, a lot of folks did. A lot of folks, including myself. But then there was we'd pull the stakes. We didn't just pull the stakes out and go live in campgrounds for like 20 years. Like, wow, that's a pretty intense decision, to do that. They were taking our money in the sense of they were overcharging us for their service, but they weren't taking our money in the sense of, we were handing over all of the money, So it really was not a cult what I was part of. It was definitely a businessman. It wasn't a good experience for me, but here's how it was like a cult to me. Here's how what I did was similar to Heaven's Gate cult. Here's the similarities. The main thing was they catch people at a weak point, or not a weak point, but just a point of questioning that's going on in a person's mind.
Right.
They've gotten out of a relationship. Someone died. They've been fired. Yeah, there could be a sexuality thing in there. There's what feels like a pretty, difficult life moment. And
because we all know Marshall liked the Applewhites too.
Yeah, he was obviously a disturbed, repressed homosexual. It's tragic. I mean, homophobia is part of it too.
My favorite
right?
part is when they buy a telescope to look at the fucking comet, and they can't see.
It's like, well, the telescope's
it's broke,
wrong,
obviously. And I like the telescope guy. He goes, they said they were looking for the companion of Hale-Bopp. We can't see the companion?
Yeah, I mean,
we want the companion.
It never got to the point of a break from reality, but we certainly had a nomenclature. There was definitely different wording and different, names and stuff. We didn't change our names, but it was like there was a certain way people spoke that was different. It was not like
the dude from fucking from Big Lebowski.
And just like, certain words that, that were jargony, that person's shut down. They're shut down, meaning they have no access to their emotions.
That's kind of how the vow cult was, of just like, you have bad data. You have bad data. Everything was data. And they called like the philosophies of the cult was called technology, which is one of the things that annoys the fuck out of me about the documentary.
Yeah.
Stop calling it technology.
Yeah.
They're rules.
I know. What's another thing? You see, they didn't call it rules, right? It was called agreements. Like, you have to agree to do these things. But you agree to it with your free will. You have to agree to always speak to your highest truth, to not hide any of your emotions when you're in the group. So it was like a real
close your eyes and put your face in this pillow, ass up, cheeks spread.
No, that was not part of it. But
it's time for the agreement.
It was so they used different language and terminology, and it was a lot of people who were, I think, going through some tough times in their life. Humorless people. truly humorless
This
people.
sales show is just called At Home with Rick. Let's see what Rick is selling.
Like when you watch that Heaven's Gate call, didn't you get the sense they had a terrible sense of humor? The people on the call had a horrific sense of humor.
Well, I don't know if you knew it. At some point, they ran into a couple boneheads.
Yeah.
And he says, you said you were looking for a bonehead, and we just ran into the real McCoy.
Yeah.
Anyone who says the phrase "real McCoy" earnestly, you're a dork, bro.
I probably use it all the time.
The real McCoy?
No, I don't say that. But
Boy, these
the point
nachos,
is,
this fucking Baja burritos, the real McCoy.
it was watching it. So there definitely were some similarities with the terminology and nomenclature. A different language. I wasn't told about, we had to go on these retreats. You were required to go on 3 retreats during the year. And then you had follow-up classes to those retreats. Well, they didn't tell that to me when I joined the group.
You thought it was just one and done?
I thought it was like, it's a weekly meeting you have. You have a 1-hour group. It was like group therapy. It was a group therapy session for an hour, which was something,
Sequel,
people
baby.
did. People did. Group therapy was something that remember the show Dear John, Judd Hirsch. Judd Hirsch was like the leader, the facilitator of Dear John, which was about group therapy. Group therapy does not work for me. I got to go individual. This is, with other people and speaking your truth. And like, if you have a sexual attraction for anybody, you have to make it be known, stuff like that. It's like
Christmas Story Part 2, Crow.
Oh God, this
2012.
The makeup is
2012.
Oh God, is this Hallmark?
Right? Hallmark has Hallmark has miles on this. You better put a fucking little respect on the name of Hallmark Christmas.
Is that a
movies.
woman?
Should you be?
I can't tell.
I mean,
is
are
it a
you
lesbian?
in,
like a Sally Jesse Raphael inspired lesbian?
Yeah. Is that Ricky Lake?
I don't. No. But no, but watching this Heaven's Gate cult thing, what I thought was good about it. Here's what was interesting to me, Keith. Having gone through the experience, when I did that for 5 months and I made the decision to leave, it was a difficult decision to leave the group because I went in there with certain expectations that they took advantage of,
They said I was going to go to the next phase.
Well, there was certain...
I'm still waiting on the next phase.
That whole theme of like growth is such a... What the fuck do you actually mean by growth? I mean... Define that for me, okay? And what I didn't like about the group, it was like the Henry Ford production line to psychological health.
You know who's going through some growth right now? The boys right now.
Right here on Emergency. Exactly. They have a Latin there with his mustache. Yo, Holmes, essay. I come across.
Well, we didn't plan it.
Is that Jablonski? Hey, I've got my mustache. It's Jablonski.
Those are the 2 cops that found the
That
fetus.
dude's in Roadhouse. He's the guy who hires Patrick Swayze in Roadhouse.
The dog?
That's the act. Yeah, the dog.
Those 2 cops are the cops. That's the people that found the fetus in Koreatown. They found a fetus in Koreatown.
Oh man!
And thought it was a 6-month-old baby. No, it was a 6-month-old baby that they were like, that's so cop lingo-y of just like, we found, hey Dale, I found a fetus over here.
Well, I mean,
It's a fucking fetus. They were like, actually, that is a toddler. Dave.
One of the things I do like about The Wire again is those younger cops are like total idiots. They're kind of idiots.
Fetus, hoke and shit.
Yeah, I mean, but yeah. So was it like a back alley abortion, basically? Is that what was going on?
Or just a squat and thrust and fucking move on?
God.
Out of a moving car and the fucking momentum breaks the fucking umbilical cord?
Come on. Come on. You got to have easy access to abortion. I mean, that's just what there should be. This was she was a
funny
star.
girl.
My mom authentically had a lesbian attraction to Barbara Streisand.
I don't get it.
But my mom, because she just remained herself.
What, untalented?
She never got a nose job. She was just an unconventional beauty. She just played by her own rules. No, she's not. She is completely affected.
Do you want to know
Barbara Streisand is an affected woman?
You want to know who the fuck played by their own rules and is truly talented? Bette Midler, because they let her be ugly.
Yeah.
If they let you be ugly, then you're talented.
Yeah. Bette Midler's great. I love Bette Midler.
The little sister.
Bette Midler is Barbara Streisand. That's the working class Barbara Streisand.
The little sister in Ferris Bueller couldn't hack it.
Jennifer Grey.
She fixed her nose and lost her carear.
Yeah.
If she would have just been comfortable being allowed to be the weird big nose girl.
Yeah.
She would have had a career.
Absolutely. Oh, she was being groomed. She was Dirty Dancing.
They were allowing her.
Is that
to have
Omar
a career.
Sharif?
Probably. Let's go back and see.
World-renowned bridge player Omar Sharif. I think they still have the newspapers. I think they still have the Omar Sharif bridge, tips.
Ah, fuck.
You ever do that?
We got a freeze situation going on.
Okay.
Oh, there we go.
There we go.
Back.
Indie film, Jack Frost. No, yeah, we got to get back to that, man.
I get the remote's frozen. I might have to fucking.
It's okay, man. It's all good.
The lights are slowly dying. Like they stayed lit.
Yeah. You got to get new batteries. Right?
No, they're new. It's just everything here. It's all wireless. All this wireless shit.
Yeah.
It's all got Wi-Fi running through it. It always reboots. I'm gonna have to fucking turn off the TV here.
That's what happens, man.
In a second.
But yeah, we were talking about emergency and growth. Oh yeah, back to Heaven's Gate. I was what I liked about the two guys who got up. The guy who had that voice that he had a hard time speaking. He was difficult to listen to. He kind of annoyed me. But and the other guy who was very honest was just like he felt foolish. Like he was so brainwashed by the organization that he left it, and he still felt like that they still had their hooks in him. You know, and to me, Keith, that was the lingering effect. It took me a year and a half to get over that experience of being in that cult. It took me a year and a half, you know. That's a long time.
To shake it?
Yeah, just to be like, okay, this was just not right. This was just not the right fit for me. The Henry Ford production line to psychological health does not work. They had a whole series of exercises. One of the group,
the car guy, Henry Ford.
Yeah, exactly. It was like my point is, it was the Henry Ford production line to psychological health. Yeah. Oh, if you do these 12 steps, you will somehow be healthy.
It'd be funny if some line worker stumbled upon some literature from Henry Ford.
Well, no, but the point is, anti-Semitic Henry Ford. But the point is you did certain exercises. You had to graduate out of it. I was in a transformation lab. That's what it was called. Transformation lab. That's a red flag. That's a red flag. You hear the name Transformation Lab, you should leave that organization right away. So that when I was the group that I was in,
100%.
It was called the Transformation Lab.
You're either in a cult or you're joining the Men in Black.
They were trying to create these like kind of weird spiritual warriors. But one thing that was very similar too is that it was a man and a woman. It was a couple, Bob and Judith Wright, who I thought they were an odd couple. They didn't have kids. I don't know why they didn't have kids. I don't know what was going on, but they were very Christian. They went to Wheaton College, so there was very much a Christianity kind of themed in it. A certain form of Christianity that I just I'm not down with. It was very much like a hard, sort of tough, like speak your mind, say really critical things. Like there wasn't really a impulse control. Like it was people attacking each other a lot of the time.
I think this remote
is dead.
Broke.
Yeah, well, it happens. But,
I mean, that's a problem.
I'm telling my Heaven's Gate story.
Well, we can't change channels now.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. Just we'll get there.
We're stuck on Jack Frost. We're watching Jack Frost, starring Michael Keaton. So yeah, it just so that was a similarity. When I left that organization, it took me a lot, and I left, and I got attacked. I got attacked by the people in my group hard. I got attacked hard for bailing.
Yeah, absolutely. You're quitting.
Fucking, you're not ready. You're never ready.
And a real like. But after I left, 3 other people in that group left within a month afterwards. So I took the plunge.
I can't believe I watched you while you slept, Adam. I thought you were going to be something.
Well, yeah, or just, the whole, all attacking me. You're out of touch with yourself. You're in your head.
I just made the biggest sale of my life. If you fire me, I'll blow up this whole building and everybody in it.
Oh,
that's what they told you.
That was an episode of KRP. Yeah, that was the bomb episode. I remember that one. Some guy came in with that was back when criminals had like sticks of dynamite and a big alarm clock around. There was around there. They had like 8 sticks of dynamite. I'm going to blow it, I say. I'm going to blow it.
I think it's hilarious. Under a coat, not well at all. Yeah. Like, how did you make it through the entrance before they stopped you?
It's because security was that lax, But no, it just. So it took me a year and a half of being in that cult. And I had to go into individual counseling after that for a while, and that helped me get through it. Because I was trying to work on certain issues of mine, and that organization was just not the place to go to, and for a long time I beat myself up over that. Like, oh, what a stupid thing. Why did I do that? And then I just realized, so what? I made a bad decision. I know who I am. I have a clearer sense of who I am now. It's just whatever. It was just a mistake, That's all. But I used to beat myself up over it a lot. Like, so the end of the Heaven's Gate cult, when those two guys were going to get together at the end, like, he's got to not live in the past. He's got to live in the future.
Oh yeah, he still lives in the woods. And shit.
Yeah, exactly. It's like he was obviously deeply scarred. By
and he's bummed that I failed. I feel like I failed a class.
Exactly.
That, like, I didn't graduate, and they all got to graduate.
I would masturbate, and I'd go to admit it to him. It's just like, Jesus Christ. It's like you're trying to repress a very basic thing. You know what I mean? Like, that's not always healthy. That's a mind-bending experience.
That guy also seems like a guy that fucking is in a cabin that has plumbing, but he still shits in a bucket. Like, he's got that vibe to him.
Yeah, he might do that. Yeah, he's very much of the earth. He might do that. Yeah, I mean, it's very much that 70s thing. But yeah, I found that compelling. They didn't just make it cartoonish.
When they talked about having wet dreams.
Yeah, nocturnal emissions.
You had to chart if I've never had a wet dream in my whole life.
Oh, I have. I have. Oh, let me brag about those. Oh, I have. No, it was
during the break.
When you're 17, when you're your teenage years, or you're in your 20s, your teens or your 20s. I was working out a lot and stuff, and man, it was like I had to clean the sheets all the time, man. Things were happening, It was like I used to be a virile man, not anymore. You get older, you sort of
it lets loose the damn bus. Ladies
the plumbing
and
doesn't work.
The damn bus.
I'll tell you this much: when I did my lift this week, there was a Filipino woman that got in who looked me up online and was like, "You have a very nice body. Here is my number. I write number down for you." She gave me her number.
That's hilarious.
In the lift, which is, I mean, it's such a cross section. Oh, it's such a risky, bizarre thing to do too, by the way, because it's of COVID. Like, literally, there isn't a single open ICE intensive care unit bed in the county. Not one.
Oh yeah,
not
it's
one
a terrible
is open.
situation.
I mean, it's like there's a person dying. They're saying every 10 minutes.
It's a 9/11 every day.
It's definitely a crisis. There's no fucking doubt about it. It has stretched our overpriced and poorly run medical system. And it is broken in a lot. It's going to get worse too. I mean, whatever. Myron Orfield, man, when we were first talking about this guy, the epidemiologist that I've paid attention to, he called the numbers right away. And I think he initially said 1.6, I think, to 2.4. And then he came back and said like 800,000 to 1.4. And I think that he said it's going to be 800,000 to 1.4 million people are going to die, which we're on the pace to do that right now. I mean, if 3,000 people a day die, that's 90,000 people a month. Shit, you can get to 800,000 in a hurry. If you already got 300,000 behind you, you can get to 800,000, pretty quickly, so I think that's a distinct possibility.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's going to be over 1 million people. Oh, is that Kelly Preston?
Well, I can't find out, Crow, because I can't get the information.
Hey, man.
I'm joking. I'm just joking. Man.
Yeah, I don't want you to,
kidding.
No, I don't want you to get in your head. I don't want you to bum out about it. I don't want you to affect your performance, Keith. It's like,
I have to
okay,
Google it.
buddy.
I have to go to the real information source, the internet.
She's cute. Yeah, that's for sure. She's a pretty woman.
Yeah,
I think that's Kelly Preston.
It is. Yeah, now that I cried at the end of this movie when I first saw it.
What's it called again?
Jack Frost. So Michael Keaton dies and becomes a snowman and hangs out with his boy as a snowman. And then obviously at the end of the movie,
he melts
and he has to finally say goodbye to his dad. Dog, it's a tearjerker.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I could see that. What year did this come out?
98.
98?
Yeah. This was like the return of Michael Keaton.
God, I'm out of touch.
I
don't know Jack Frost.
He kind of went away. He kind of went away.
I remember, Keaton, because Keaton was huge. He kind of did a Bill Murray thing.
After Batman, he kind of went away.
Yeah, after that run.
I think he was upset. So big. Well, he was upset that he didn't win an Oscar for Multiplicity because that is a fucking masterpiece.
Really?
You never saw Multiplicity?
Never saw it.
So Multiplicity is a comedy. He plays a stay-at-home dad who's overwhelmed. So he figures out how to clone himself, but each clone is a different part of the aspect of his personality.
Okay.
And he plays like 9 different people.
Wow. So like anger or happy.
Let's pop on the trailer for Multiplicity.
Hey man, I mean, I remember people like saying it was good. I never saw it. But Keaton, Keaton is a respected actor.
Well, now he is because he did Birdman and shit. Well, back then he just
when he did
fedora.
when he did Batman when I was 20, that was like a casting choice. Like, whoa, they're taking a risk. This guy who does comedies,
they were like, this guy
who does comedies. Yeah. Why is he doing that? And he was a star. I mean, dude, He was the original Batman, right? I mean, a nerd like you must put Michael Keaton in a certain place.
And my family is a close second. I'm a distant third, bringing up the rear.
By a miracle of modern science,
By a miracle.
A little time for myself.
Doug Kinney is about to get the one thing he needs more of.
Doug, your clone.
Himself.
What do I
What
feel?
year did this come out?
90? Oh, wait.
Turn the tube.
Is this 98?
No,
This is
was-
94, I think.
I think so.
Now, this is more of an early mid-90s vibe versus a
This is
90s.
right around Mr. Mom.
No, Mr. Mom was 83, dude.
Really?
Oh, Mr. Mom was old. Mr. Mom was, that's my first introduction. Oh, no, it was the Pimp movie with Henry Winkler.
Doug's to go
I'll
Ron Howard.
get the dishes, now drive the kids to school.
Thanks.
2 Dougs
Night
to
shift.
share the load.
When'd you have time
Night
to
shift
do
and
all
Mr.
this?
Mom.
Yes, we all do them every morning.
Find out what he had for breakfast.
But it's still
That
not enough
character
Dougs
actor.
I hate to ask you, honey, but could you pick up the kids?
to get the job done.
Like in me. 3.
He's got California baby boomer money.
Since
That's
I
his
was
life.
12 years old. It's
Man.
break time. It is. And Doug, I think it's that 12-year-old that's saying, Doug, how about a visit? You need time for Doug. What a suck. No.
With 3 people
Meeting start yet?
Well, you're already in the meeting.
sharing the life of one man,
Did you see me in the meeting?
differences are developing.
What are you doing? I'm having a smoke. What's it look like?
Personalities are emerging.
I fold once, and then tuck, fold, TTF. And no air goes in there because what? Air's our enemy, isn't it?
And their problems are beginning to
It's great.
multiply.
It's an Academy Award performance.
Where did he come from? We made a copy from 2. And you know how sometimes you make a copy of a copy, it's not quite as sharp as, well, the original.
This summer,
Oh, yeah. This is a preview, man. This is like the entire movie.
Yeah, it is.
This preview is like 3 minutes long.
How many of you are there?
Is he safe for that razor?
One of them's like
horn.
retarded, yeah. There ends up being a retarded one.
Michael Keaton,
Nobody.
That
has
font.
sex with my wife.
That font is, it's a comedy. Hey, it's called Screwballs. You know?
When that woman wants something, Doug, there is no stop.
The Celestine Prophet. 90s crap.
multiplicity,
Hey, Rain Man, run back in there and floss yourself, buddy, all right?
Rain Man was still a relevant reference.
Harold
Ramis directed it,
that.
man. Yeah, holy shit. We both caught that right away. I saw a little bit of Caddyshack today. It's so
You know
dated.
what? It doesn't hold up.
Some of the Rodney Dangerfield is still funny.
Yeah,
he's
his parts
fucking
are
funny
great.
in that. His lines are pretty funny when he.
I ain't
when he-
paying no 50 cents for no coke.
Yeah, that whole thing. Like he was like a tough guy. You know, I remember. but Dangerfield, what is it? What is it? Yeah, Wang and I. No offense, Wang and I have invested.
We got land on the good
On the
side.
good side, and his
Hey, Wang, don't tell him you're Jewish.
Don't tell me when That's
a great line.
I laughed at that out loud today watching that line. I laughed out loud today watching that line. You know, but it is old. It's dated. God, making that movie, I guess, like the behind the scenes of making that movie.
I'm sure it was so much fun.
I guess they just partied the entire time, which it makes perfect sense. It's a relatively simple plot line. It's just, okay, let like 6 comedic actors do their thing, you know? I mean, Ted Knight is very funny in that. He plays it's ham-handed. He plays a very, that hoity-toity guy. He's hilarious, though. He's got a certain comedic personality that's totally... Ted Knight's a good comedic actor.
Oh, yeah.
He's good in that,
Well,
I
he
think.
was big from Mary Tyler Moore.
Absolutely.
He built that. He had like a whole persona. He's almost like a professional wrestler that was building that character on fucking
for like 20
Mary Tyler
years,
Moore,
too, yeah.
and then they just let him unleash it on fucking just be the fucking news guy from Mary Tyler Moore.
Well, he was
over the top.
Too Close for Comfort was a popular sitcom on ABC. It had a 6 or 7 year run
What's
with him.
the one where he's got like 9 kids? Is that the one where he's got children?
Maybe that could be Too Close for Comfort. I didn't watch much of it, but it was with God. Who was that guy? Who was the gay guy that had? What was his name again? Famous gay actor out here. He has 3 names. Can't think of his name.
Boy, you're really narrowing the pool there.
Yeah, there's not. The gay guy who happens to act.
The out ones or the closeted ones?
But he was. yeah. Who was that guy again? I'm trying to think who it was.
That was Too Close. Caddyshack was his last movie.
Yeah, it probably was.
He died right after
was
that.
Not John J. Bullock. Was that his name? John J. Bullock. Yeah, because he did a talk show with Tammy Faye Baker. I knew a guy who was a producer on that. He was hilarious. He would tell me stories about
Too Close for Comfort.
Did it run from 83 to 87? No.
86. In 86, the show became the Ted Knight Show and saw Henry Rush retire from cartooning and become whatever the new format. 87, I think.
Wow. So yeah, I mean, because he was a sitcom star. He was a TV guy.
That was probably big that they oh my god, Ted Knight's in a movie.
He
didn't do that many movies. I mean, from
he really
60
wasn't.
to 80, he was in like 20.
Yeah, but he did
like a movie a year.
Yeah,
early 60s he did a lot, but once he got on Mary Tyler Moore, he did a movie just called Hitler. He played a major. 64, Nightmare in Chicago. But from 67 he was in MASH. Offstage dialogue.
Wow.
Cold Turkey, 1971, uncredited, and Caddyshack. So 75 to 80, he didn't do shit. That was Mary Tyler Moore then, right?
Yeah. It was. Mary Tyler Moore went from 70 to like 78, I think. I caught the tail end of Mary Tyler Moore. A lot of women, second wave feminist women, like Mary Tyler Moore, was sort of a respected character.
Well, because it taught you that you can turn the world on with a smile. And that you can take a nothing day and suddenly make it all seem worthwhile because it's you, girl, and you should know it. With each breath and every little moment, love is all around. Why don't you take it?
I'm with Isaac Mizrahi. Remember?
You're gonna make it after all. My dad gets emotional listening. It makes him think of his divorce listening.
Really?
I think that's one of those songs that the Family Ties song really strikes a chord with my father.
Yeah.
She throws the hat in the air.
Yeah.
Really put downtown Minneapolis on the map.
It was in Minneapolis and she was wearing the reason why I kind of liked it is she would wear a Fran Tarkenton jersey. And I was a Minnesota Viking fan.
Yeah.
By the way, not a good football team right now, the Minnesota Vikings.
No.
I'm not surprised.
My Bears are fucking stumbling their way into the playoffs, which is how I like it.
Exactly. Just classic Bears fashion.
Classic Bears.
Sneak in and then just get smoked in the first round.
They're going to get rid of Trubisky. He's going to be Ryan Tannehill on another team.
No. No. Well, yeah, who knows?
People have often compared him to Ryan Tannehill.
Tannehill's an okay quarterback.
That maybe it's just the organization that he needs to go somewhere to be good.
Well, he also has Derrick Henry as a running back, right? Is Derrick Henry the guy?
Yes.
He's the best running back in football right now.
Yeah, and it's rare that he's done it 3 years in a row. I didn't draft Derrick Henry in fantasy because I had him the year before, and I was like, you kind of see it. Like running backs got 3 all-pro years in them, and then it starts declining. Especially once you start seeing 30 carries a game for a whole season, you're just like, oh, that's a lot of wear and tear. I think Colin Cowherd, who I hate, said something I agree with, where he said after 400 total carries, it starts falling apart, and that includes high school. High school, it's not a lot. College, you run you get a lot. You don't run that much, but he was like, once you're in the pros, you're already at a couple hundred carries.
Yeah.
Or 2, 3.
I disagree with that in the sense of...
Or he might have even said 600 or 700 carries.
Yeah, because, a lot of guys get a lot of carries in college, too. But I would just, the game feels different now in the sense of when I watched the tackling, of course, I also watched an amateur football team try and tackle yesterday. And
6 touchdowns.
6 touchdowns. And I'm facing Kamara in the championship game of my
That's almost...
I'm in the fantasy championship game for the second year in a row. I'm going for back-to-back titles.
Like that one time where Mitch Trubisky threw 7 touchdowns in a game. That was fun. That was fun to watch.
But watching I think the tackling now, and this could be old man Kroshus. This is old man Kroshus.
Well, they can't tackle, so they just
exactly. Don't. So a guy like Henry is like 255 pounds. He is going to just bowl over people for a while. This isn't James Wilder. When I was growing up, James Wilder, Tampa Bay Buccaneer running back,
they would forearm people.
Do you know how many he carried the ball one time? 407 times in a year. 407 times. If you get to 280, you've carried it a shitload in the modern NFL now.
I rewatched the 49ers versus Dallas Cowboys in '94, the NFC title game.
Yeah.
What a boring ass fucking game. They
Really?
ran the ball. Now I get it. It's Emmitt Smith.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm not saying, but holy shit, does Troy Aikman never throw the fucking football?
Yeah, Troy Aikman benefited from having an exceptionally talented team around him.
Do you know what? 90s football was classic. You use your run game to get down the field, and then you would dunk a little 3-yard touchdown. That was Troy Aikman's little passing feat. I think that's what made Favre so special, is they were like, this guy throws touchdowns.
Oh, it's
like
downfield.
This guy throws bombs.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there were strong-arm quarterbacks before that, certainly.
But I feel like throwing a bomb was frivolous back then. It was seen as a last gasp. Like, you don't throw an 80-yard pass unless you're losing and need to score.
No, it's... Well, the Raiders were not that way, and there were certain teams that would throw the ball downfield and have some success.
Air Corielli or whatever.
The Vikings used to throw it, but you know something? It ain't like now. I mean, now it's just the game is so different.
Tarkenton had the pass record for a long time.
For 18 years, he had the most touchdowns.
He played for so long, too.
Exactly.
He played for like 20 years, didn't he?
He played from 1961 to 1978. So he's the first guy I remember being the Viking quarterback. You know, so and he broke the record. You know, he has
here's how exponentially
and held the record for 18 years.
And here's how exponentially it's grown, though. He had the yards record too.
Absolutely,
and it was like
43,000. Yeah,
someone made this point. There are quarterbacks who have that now, and they're considered like terrible quarterbacks.
Yeah, like not good. Exactly.
Like I think Ryan Tannehill has like 50,000 yards passing.
I don't know if he has that, but I bet you he's got over 30.
Yeah,
between 30 and 40. I bet you he does. I had him a couple times in fantasy, and he had big games. So he's fitting the right system, but it's not totally dependent upon him, I think. So I think that actually helps him a little bit. But he's good enough that he can still throw it downfield and manage it well, too. Plus, I think he's a pretty good athlete. You know, Tannehill can run a little bit. I feel like Trubisky is a good athlete. That Viking team. I knew when they gave up 199 yards rushing to the shitty Bears, that Bear team blows.
They need to work from the play action more often, though.
And you know, the Vikings, you understand, you know, Keith, this is an important point. The Vikings have 2 starters from their defense last year playing. They have an entirely different.
Who'd have thought of Linville Joseph?
Yeah, he's gone. They don't have Everson. They don't have Everson Griffin. They didn't have Daniil Hunter. They don't have Anthony Barr. They didn't have Kendricks, who is their best defensive player. Linval. Exactly. But no, yeah, the formal British name. Winston. Oh, Winston Bennett. No, but it's he played bass for the Whalers. No, but it was I don't know what accent that was. But with watching them, their defensive line, they couldn't tackle yesterday, and that's not like them. I mean, you know, Zimmer prides himself on defense, and so they got smoked and whatever. Yeah,
John Eide said, because we're in a group chat with Eide, and he lives in Minneapolis again. And once the Bears, because the Bears almost blew that fucking game.
Yeah, well,
there was an opportunity, but once he said, he was like, we gave up all those yards, and Zimmer's a defensive coach. He was like, that's his job. Zimmer's fired.
Well, it's funny you mentioned that. I don't know if he's going to be fired over that. Maybe he should be. I've always been, listen, here's my opinion of him, and I am a cynical, skeptical fan. I think relatively well-educated and no Viking lore. I have been disappointed in him in that he can't string together 2 good years in a row. They're good every other year. They were good in 2015 when they should have won that playoff game at Blair Walsh. They won that game. They should have won.
Part of me wonders if Zimmer's an asshole, because he seems to run a lot of guys out of town.
He's very dry. But the one thing about him, I guess, he's just a very no nonsense coach. He just speaks. He has no sort of games. Some players respond well to that,
and he
can't string together 2 good years in a row. 2015, 2017, last year, they won a playoff game last year. You know, I mean, they got smoked by the 49ers, but they won 11 games last year, if you include the playoff win, on the road against the Saints, who are a good team. You know, they won a playoff game. So it's like, I kind of defend them, but they had to totally clean house with their salaries because they're overpaying Kirk Cousins. They're paying him $33 million a year.
I didn't think they were going to extend him too. I thought the whole lust behind the Kirk Cousins deal was, instead of signing him to an 8-year big contract, you give him 4 years, $80 million. You try and win a Super Bowl in those 4 years, and if you don't, it's over. 4 years we didn't spend the new move now is you don't want to be locked into a bust.
Yeah.
So I thought the whole thing was like, well, we're only going to have him for 4 years because we're trying to win a fucking chip.
Yeah. Well, they signed him for 3 years, and then they extended his contract after last year because I think they were like, oh, he made a breakthrough. He won a playoff game on a road.
They basically gave him the yearly money if you were to sign a 10-year max deal, but in a 3-year deal. So they were like, we'll give you $60 million, but it's going to be $25 million a year.
Yeah. So it's just, they extended him out. He makes $33 million a year, and they have him for 2 more years. And I'm just like, okay, then you have to get a line that actually works consistently.
That boy fumbles, dude.
Cousins? Oh, it's all the time. All the fucking time. Oh, he doesn't throw many picks. It's because he fumbles. There hasn't been a game he hasn't fumbled since he's played with them. He always
even
fumbles.
If he gets it back, he gets it knocked out.
He fumbles all the fucking time. He fumbles like twice a game. I'm being dead serious. Now, it's their offensive line. They cannot get their offensive line to get consistent. So I don't know. It bums me out because they have elements of a pretty good team. They actually have some elements in there. I think Cook's a pretty good running back. I think that guy Jefferson from LSU is very good. I think Adam Thielen's a very good receiver. And they got this guy Irv Smith, who's a tight end in his second year out of Alabama. He had 2 touchdowns yesterday. He was nicked up.
That sounds like an old man. That sounds like a guy that fucking shines the helmets that they that gives him good luck. Old Irv taps us on our shoulder every morning.
Irv Smith Jr. They have that. And then on defense, they have Kendrick still. They still have Harrison Smith. Hunter was hurt. They still got Anthony Barr. So they have, I think, some names in there that are actually decent players, but there's just always a flaw. Now their kicking game sucks again. It's just like Bailey missed an extra point yesterday. It's just
what the issue is too, and this is where I will hate and love Chicago, New York, any aggressive city. Your fans are too polite.
Oh, I know.
You got too many. I guess it's disappointing and all, but we go and have fun.
Yeah.
You need to fucking go throw a brick through that owner's window and get a little loud.
Because it just feels like, so the original point of this, I actually still wouldn't fire Zimmer. And maybe I'm off on this, but I think there's enough talent there, and they're young on defense, but there's some ability in there. Their D-line was all backups and third stringers this year. That's literally all they had the entire year. They got worn out. They got worn down. So I feel like there's some ability in there still, but it's still a young defense. So they're going to have to draft a pass rusher or something. And also, their guards, their offensive linemen, their guards are literally the worst guards in football. They are like Pro Football Focus. They're like, they're of 66 guards, they're like 67.
Yeah, but
they're not good. They have a few good linemen, but they can't pull. I don't like. They're trying to do a zone blocking scheme, where it's what the Broncos did in the late 90s when they won their 2 Super Bowls. A smaller offensive line that can get downfield a little bit better,
right?
And it's like
it's good for your running game. Yeah.
Well, in theory, it creates holes, and they got a good run blocking.
Michael
team.
Keaton's band is playing while his son's playing hockey.
Their pass blocking is garbage. Their pass blocking is garbage. So their run blocking is okay, but their pass, when it's an obvious passing situation, when they're in the red zone, Cousins gets sacked all the time. All the time. Against the Buccaneers, they got down to the 5-yard line twice on drives. He got sacked on back-to-back plays or back at the 20, and Bailey missed field goals terribly. So it's like, people talk about him missing the field goal. It's because Cousins got sacked on back-to-back plays. They were going to go in for touchdowns, but their offensive line, when it really matters, cannot hold up for pass protection. So they get destroyed in pass protection.
I really thought Michael Keaton would be dead by now. I forgot it took this long. Look at those sideburns. What 90s sideburns?
Yeah, absolutely.
He looks like the fucking guitarist of Sugar Ray.
That's
why would you just leave that puppy outside? What an asshole. Glad you're dead.
So has he been told that he's got cancer?
No, he dies freakishly. It's like an accident. It's like a car accident.
Does he die here?
It's coming up.
In the home?
Do you want to ease into a break?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah.
We're going to ease into a break here. We'll be back
cool.
on the other side.
Awesome.
Tomorrow, but there ain't no way to deny it. Someday you're gonna buy it. Very net, he's the man with the plot, the man with the plan. Very net, he's the mortician man. A lot.
6 convenient locations plus good rates and free parking. It's all yours at Merriman Funeral Home. At Blue Cross Blue Shield, we've been protecting millions of people for over 75 years. It's what gives us the experience and understanding to help you find a plan that fits where you are today and where you'll be tomorrow. Get spring break styles for the entire family. Tees and tanks for just $5 and thousands of other amazing styles all on sale. Run to Old Navy. There are moments that define who we are, what we stand for, and where we're going. Made with pride, crafted with passion. Jeep Cherokee. Find love again. Right on the Gulf Coast. Beau Rivage, a feeling like no other. To succeed in our ever-changing, busy world, you've got to create your own brilliant website. Wix makes it simple. Create your website today. It's easy and it's free. Every time you raise a Pacifico, let it be a reminder to live life anchors up. Imagine waking up to the enticing aroma of bacon, sausage, fluffy eggs, and a whiff of delectable hash browns. Stop imagining. Get to McDonald's for the deluxe breakfast platter, because nobody has ever woken up to the fresh smell of cereal.
Oh, that's out of the ground. That's gone. It's downtown. It's on my car. It is. I think it hit my car. Don't believe it. Ah, the downside of getting a park so close. Oh, no.
All right.
David Ogden Stiers was in
You goddamn right he is, and he has
MASH.
People forget. I always forget he's not British.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Well, that was supposed to be like a Boston, a colonial kind
like
of.
Mr. Feeney from fucking Boy Meets World.
Amanda Wuss, is that her name? No.
Weiss, I don't know.
Yeah, this was. I remember this movie being previewed during my first date I ever had.
How'd the date go?
It was with Tracy Olsen. I was
good.
15
Did you
years
do a
old.
good job?
I was so nervous I could barely speak because she was.
She didn't know how charismatic you were.
I mean, look at me. Look at my life.
You were a tall drink of water, that mullet, that feathered mullet.
I was all skinny and gangly. I was just very, I mean, she was the captain of the pom-pom squad. She was a year older than me. You know, I was like, holy shit, this is like, I mean, I was swinging for the fences. I got set up with her by my buddy Jason Cornell. And we went and saw Vision Quest. Jason Cornell went with Stacey Grafenauer, and I went with Tracy Olsen. And I had a crush on Tracy Olsen for like 6 months afterwards.
Look at young Cusack, bright-eyed,
God,
bushy tops, not bushy-tailed.
He is young there. Kisses her picture? Come on. Skiing, man. See, if this was me back then, morning wood. I had teenage morning wood all the time.
You had a thruster every morning?
And into my 20s, and I was working on. Not anymore. I had one today.
There you go. At least we know it works, ladies and gentlemen.
Dude, I was ecstatic about
Crow's
that.
Plumbing.
I was happy about that.
Crow's
today.
Plumbing works, ladies and gentlemen.
I was happy about that today because I'm used. Whenever I work out, it's just it keeps me virile, and so I've been working out a little bit, walking a little bit more.
So, do you know the plot to this? I've seen this movie very sporadically on. This is one of those 80s comedies, like fucking Real Genius, where I'm like, I've seen it, but like I don't really know.
I know. I have not watched Real Genius. I've actually watched enough of it to understand.
That's early
this.
Kilmer.
Yeah, I think that might be Kilmer's first. Oh no.
Booger's in that one too. Booger was in every movie in the 80s. The guy who plays Booger from Nerds.
He was also in he was in Moonlighting, the television series. He was one of the. I think he might have been third billing on Moonlighting with Bruce Willis and Sybil Shepherd, I believe. You know, which was deemed a funny show for its time. It was deemed kind of a...
So, Lane Meyer is a teen with a peculiar family and a bizarre fixation with his girlfriend, Beth. When Beth dumps Lane, he decides to kill himself, making bumbling attempts at suicide. Outside of his morbid endeavors, Lane spends time with his oddball buddy, Charles, and befriends Monique, a visiting French student. Eventually, Lane resolves to race Beth's obnoxious new beau on the ski slopes. And with unexpected results. Now I remember what this is about.
Wow, that plot seems convoluted to me. I judge that plot.
Yeah.
I haven't seen 1 second of this movie. I judge the plot.
Got David Ogden Stiers dressed as the Pope.
Oh, is this okay? Oh, this is the local guy. Oh, he's like the guy in our neighborhood. The paper boy comes through. What is this, 1921? Like, seriously, this is what it was still in the 80s.
The paper boy.
That was like a esteemed position.
The paper boy, when I was younger, look at him after MASH. He really blew up.
I beat you!
He was a known actor, you know.
Morning.
There we go. It's got a funny moment. What's he? Oh, is he wearing his wife's nightie? Oh, that's part of the gag too. And then it doesn't work. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. Ooh, ah.
So in my neighborhood, the paper people, they would come at like 3:30 in the morning.
Yeah, I know. It was an early. Yeah.
And they would fire the paper at the door.
Yeah.
It was a van that pulled up, and they would just fire.
Like unload it.
It sounded like someone it sounded like someone was banging a head off of our door. Like it would, one time because I had insomnia, so I was usually up watching the Lindsay Lohan version of The Parent Trap or something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Something great like that.
Yeah.
And then you would just hear boom, like you would just you'd be like, "Oh my god."
Yeah. Make a loud bang.
And then I remember I looked out and I was like, "Oh, that's the fucking Paperboy. Holy fuck."
Yeah. Yep.
Good arm.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure probably an ex-high school baseball player. Hey, come on here. He can throw the
I think
ball.
it was an old lady.
Oh.
I got offered to do that job. It was insane because you had to get all the newspapers. They were unrolled. You had to roll them and put them in the bags.
Yep.
My best friend's brother, it was during his drug problem. He was like on crack delivering papers.
Ugh. What a great existence.
That's the job you want if you're on crack, dude. Just a pile of paper. And they're like, roll up this paper. You're like, okay.
I can do it.
I'm looking forward to it.
Man. Yeah, that was
David Ogden Sears with hair is off fucking pudding. I'm used to him bald from fucking MASH.
I think he and the guy who was the pedophile from Deadwood that was the principal in Ferris Bueller's Day Off, I feel like they're cut from a similar acting cloth. You know?
Character acting?
Yeah, or just sort of like there's a certain physicality to them too. Yeah. You know? Wasn't that guy a pedophile? The guy who was in Deadwood?
I think so. I think he did fucking diddle some people or accused.
Yeah.
Because they took him out of the movie. He's like in the background in a scene. They couldn't, because he runs the newspaper, so you can't like not have him in the show.
Yeah.
But they phased him out of the reboot movie, which I kind of didn't like. I was disappointed in it.
With
the
who?
Deadwood movie.
Yeah. Oh yeah, exactly. Yep.
Because they didn't just. I wish they would have just ended the show. What they did was they picked it up in real time. Like the movie exists 10 years after the show.
Oh, okay.
And they introduced completely new things.
Yeah. That's an odd decision. Well, again, because there was it didn't have enough money to make a fourth season, right? Because Deadwood is great.
Yeah, they said it cost too much money, which was insane at the time. Like, are you fucking? Because then they make a show like Game of Thrones, and you're like, really, Deadwood? It costs more money to make a town look like the Old West than literally making a dragon. Ooh, that edible is kicking now.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it works.
I like it.
Yeah, it works. It works. It comes in waves.
Got the tilt. I got the edible tilt where it feels like you're taking off on an airplane.
But yeah, but the whole it was just yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right, man. You know.
What do we got? An outlandish broad here?
Yeah. He's a fat nerd. He's the fat nerd. He's a fat nerd's guy. This is not John Hughes, because John Hughes would not allow this to happen.
No.
This is a John Hughes knockoff, obviously.
Oh, I'm sure.
This come on 86?
5.
85?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I saw Vision Quest in 85. And that would have been a very cute girl to me. Like
she's the French one. That's the Diane Franklin or whatever.
Ooh, look at her.
Afrin. Nerds needed Afrin at the time.
Yep. This is in California. Yeah, this is definitely California. You can tell.
Look at how cool and collected he is. Look how just fucking laid back.
The right-wing narrative. The Japanese are taking over. Do you understand that, Keith?
Was there really a fear of the Japanese?
Yes. Yes, there was a fear of the Japanese. When Trump first was running for office, it was the Japanese that had bad trade policy, not the Chinese. He just took that branding for them. The Japanese are taking over. Do you understand that?
Turning Japanese, I think I'm turning Japanese. I think so.
I just heard that song again recently.
Turning Japanese, I think I'm turning Japanese. I think.
Uh-oh. He's got to deal with a redneck now. Here we go.
What is that, Al from Happy Days?
Stupid bonehead, I'm going to activate your...
Oh, you know what it is? It's the boss from Porky's. He's from Porky's.
I was just going to say that's Porky.
Yeah, that's Porky.
Fucking Porky. And he's basically playing Porky.
Yeah, exactly. Just play Porky. Okay. How much you paying me? $5,000? All right. You know, that's probably a good little score back then for a day of acting. She obviously went to the same auditions as Elizabeth Shue. You could tell.
Oh yeah, and like Shue beat her out probably so much on road.
Yeah,
I always get interested in the actors who lost out. Like goddamn well, Leonardo DiCaprio lost every role to River Phoenix until he died.
Well, DiCaprio was still a little bit wee young. He's wee young, but he definitely tapped into that. Like River Phoenix
would have been Arnie Grape.
Yeah, and
had he not died.
Well, he would have been too old for that probably. He would have been too old.
We're not going anywhere. Oh, here's where you meet Booger, I think. Booger, I know at one point makes a reference to how he wants to snort the snow like cocaine, because he does cocaine in this.
Yeah.
Hitting the slopes, dude.
Look, there's Booger on the left. Yeah,
looks like a goddamn Axl Rose magician.
What is he? Was he actually supposed to be acting in the Jack the Ripper movie?
Yeah.
Was he in the Yorkshire Ripper? Was he? By the way, I looked it up. Peter Sutcliffe. He died this year from COVID.
Yep.
That guy died from COVID, which is part of the reason why that must have been released. Good timing. But what a
that's Nancy from Nightmare on Elm Street.
I think it is. Yeah. I mean, whatever. Johnny Depp was in that. You know what I mean?
Rod Lane slaughtered her.
What a hunk.
Oh, so she's
what a hunk.
That's why I know her name. She's Amanda Weiss, or Amanda Weiss is her name.
Yeah. He mistakes that. Hey, Cusack. He mistakes that. What a hunk. He's on the slopes. He's a hot dude. Look at his hair. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's fucking.
Looks like Rob Lowe.
Old Ted McGinley.
Yeah, exactly. It's got to be him. It's kind of like Lowe a bit. Look at his henchman. By the way, the fact that Gerardo was in
it's mind blowing.
It's literally when I realized that, I feel like I discovered a piece of gold. That Gerardo was in the Patrick Dembski.
Yeah.
Can't Buy Me Love. You know.
You'll make a fine little helper. What's your name?
I make a fine little helper.
Yeah, he's just an ass.
Shut up, Geek.
Well, this is too Karate Kid for me.
What's your name?
The ski patrol, this is, I think this kind of started the lame stuck up ski person, which is why John Cusack being in Hot Tub Time Machine is so great, because the Hot Tub Time Machine makes fun of this archetype.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Of course, the villainous ski patrol, like the stuck up ski kids.
But that was, I mean, like being a ski kid, like in the 80s, you had some money. You had some money if you were a ski kid.
Well, you still got that now. That's a fucking thing.
I mean, of course. I mean, I think it kind of started, I don't know. Skiers, their personality, Bodie Miller, supposed to be a real asshole.
They're not taking Groupons on the slope.
Bodie Miller's supposed to be a real prick,
The skier? I could probably get a line on that.
There's some real snow, maybe. That can't be. Okay, too
they probably were blowing it around. I mean, I'm sure they went to Big Bear or something like that.
Exactly.
Punk! Now you show him, Rock! You show him how a skier really skis!
He's acting.
Okay, we're sending him down. That's a
sending him down.
You didn't have to do much. There was no cleverness. This was all, you want to talk about ham-handed. People want to talk about Wonder Woman being ham-handed. This shit was ham-handed.
Oh, yeah,
just
absolutely.
like, you literally can just write, does impression of fucking Mick from Rocky.
From Rocky. There you go. Burgess Meredith. Okay.
And then you can let him improvise.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
We're going to snort the mountain like it's cocaine rock.
Yeah. I remember liking Booger,
Here's what's, now you do stuff like
Not
that,
bad.
and people would say this is like a cheesy 80s movie.
Exactly, but because it is.
Yeah. Well, no, now I'm saying if you tried to do this shit in movies now, you would be like, oh, what is this, a cheesy fucking 80s movie?
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's probably what they're going to say about my writing. Cheesy and bad, maybe. I don't know. Who knows?
I think the right mindset is to take it where you're going, because then when you get any good reviews, you're going to be like, oh my God, I'm talented.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly.
You're setting yourself up for the perfect amount of failure.
Exactly, Oh, watch out. I'm telling you, Mr. Roboto, don't expect a raise if you work in the auto industry. Don't expect better benefits. Why? Because Japan is taking over. That's the reason why. That whole fucking narrative they put out to put the screws on working Joes.
The United States economy is turning Japanese. I think it's turning Japanese. I really think
it's got to be a little quicker. I think I'm turning Japanese. I think I'm turning Japanese. I really think so. No. I used to think it said with a ginsu. I think I'm turning Japanese. I think I'm turning Japanese with a ginsu. A ginsu was a Japanese knife of the early 80s.
Oh, I remember ginsu.
I mean, it was like, if you had a ginsu,
I remember the ginsu
quality.
craze.
You were of quality.
And then you look back on it and you're like, oh, it's a terrible set of knives.
Stupid.
It's not.
Yeah,
it doesn't. It's bad.
No.
It's all about the Cuisinart.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. Cuisinart's
exactly.
worse. My grandma had a vacuum just like that, except for the blue was orange.
Yeah.
It was like an ugly ass orange.
We had that same one, the blue one.
And the bag would borderline start on fire if you didn't empty it. It would like really smoke. And
he's pulling a D'Angelo Barksdale.
He tries to hang himself a lot.
He's doing a D'Angelo Barksdale.
Wait a minute here. Wait, this is death here. I haven't even been to New York City. Jesus, I haven't even been anywhere.
That's like, there's a little bit of comedy in that. There's a little bit in there.
Funny.
But then how does he get out of that? He's got to get out of that, right?
Oh, yeah, he just did. They just fucking... That's great about... I love... 80s movies do that a lot. Just the cut to, like, all right, he got out of it.
Yeah.
There's a deleted scene. You could tell that scene went on longer.
Yeah, they just made the decision. Well, you have to explain why he survived, right?
Focus group. Well, Booger probably is.
I mean, you're a great skier, Lane, but he's incredible.
No, they're talking about the skiing.
What if I ski the K-12? You think she'd take me back?
God, this is so simple.
Now back to suicide again.
It's really simple. It's short, too. Look, it's an hour and 37 minutes.
Yeah. These movies were, again, this was an attempt to to be more mature. Again, the early 80s had these awful teen movies that are unwatchably bad. They're so fucking bad. And this was an attempt to have a little bit more of a mature, yet kind of funny.
I picked it because it's Christmas. It's a Christmas movie, so we still got holidays here.
God,
still got holidays.
I mean. The very first date I ever went on, I was obsessed with her, like to the point that it was actually unhealthy. Were you ever so obsessed with a girl?
It was an awkward date, so no follow-up. She was done with you after that.
It was just one thing. I built it up in my mind. I was too anxious. I didn't know how to behave.
Oh, so the date didn't happen. You?
Oh no. We did. We went to the movie together.
All right, you've admitted it. You invented the date.
And
ooh, we got live Wonder Woman.
And I didn't. And I was obsessed with her. You must have had that in high school, didn't you? Did you have someone where literally, if you drove past their house, it made you nervous? Did you ever have that? When I was in high school, I had those feelings. Was that kind of young?
What?
When I was like 16 years old, I'd drive past Tracy Olson's house. It was like on a main route. And I'd be like, there she lives. She lives in that house.
Oh, dude, I would delude myself so hard. I remember I had crushes on girls and people would be like, Heath, just go talk to the person. And I would just be like, why ruin this with reality?
Literally live in your fantasy world, not healthy.
We've been dating for so long up here.
Well, again, that's what I think. My stalking, it made me realize that I had that feelings like that. No, I didn't. I was never a stalker, but there is that element in relationships.
Ooh, this guy's dead now. He's great.
On the left,
Taylor something.
Oh yeah. Wasn't he? I think he was gay.
Oh yeah. He was in a Disney Channel show, too.
Didn't he die of cancer?
Yep. Colon.
Yeah, he used to be in a lot of...
he's like an alt comic. He's one of those like old school LA alt comics.
Yep, absolutely.
He had one of those real insane acts. Like he would basically go on... One of the true blue goes on stage and like throws shit at the wall.
Yeah.
Type of thing.
Yeah. I guess I remember having been on like HBO specials or Rodney Dangerfield comedy specials. Like in the early mid 80s, he'd be in some of those. He was in one or two of those, I think. And he had a bit of an acting career. He was in some stuff.
You can tell these are definitely like riding on the wings of how charismatic John Cusack is, man.
Well, I mean, they're definitely trying to, they knew he was a talented enough actor, I guess. But he wasn't known yet. He was making the break. This is post 16 Candles.
And I think he definitely has the like, whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever. And he's got an intelligent, like, I don't know what I want to do.
Yeah.
My partner's daughter. That's right. The one with the big antenna on her face. Come on, Lane.
Is he trying to say?
Mellow off.
She had braces, I think.
Oh, is he trying to relate to her with a book of like mellow off? Hey, I hated that theme of like parents are just a bunch of squares and
I
don't
also
get
didn't
it.
like that in Sanford and Son with the whole like ice cold man, the cop who fucking tries to speak jive and gets it wrong every time.
Yeah, exactly.
Soft.
I know.
It's hard, brother.
I mean, you can do that, but it can be ham-handed. It can be poorly executed.
It can be very Wonder Woman 1984.
Hey, which the first half an hour,
it's a good movie. Anybody, it's a fucking good movie.
I'll stamp. I mean, for what it was, I know what it is. She's a little at the beginning scene where she gets caught for cheating, basically, or not cheating, but for not doing it the honest way. It's like, there's a righteousness in her. Isn't that what you all want? It's also like Lesbian Island.
And I think people because the first movie is her fighting the whole time, and I think people wanted it to be, and like people didn't like that it shows her living in the world and stuff. And there were a lot of feminist woke people who were mad that because the movie's based on wishes, and they were like, I think it's heartbreaking that she had one wish, and it was to see a man again.
Because she was in love with Chris Pine,
yeah,
right? And
and they think she needs to be this uber feminist who doesn't give a fuck about men, and you have one wish. Why would you want to see a man?
That dichotomy in feminism has been there since I was a kid. When my mom was
so
second wave
men
feminism.
Are useless.
Well, it's
except for your cum.
It's I actually.
Did you ever do that to your mom?
Yeah. You know what? I'd have been like, what did you say? I remember telling a dirty joke one time that offended me. I mean, it was just
look at this girl with braces.
Just kidding. I mean, you did not say that to my mom. My mom was a prude. She was on that side of the feminist tip, which is it wasn't the sexual empowerment side. And so here's the thing about it with my mom and her resentment towards men. What it really stems from, and this is the truth, is not liking the fact that you need a man so desperately. And that feels like some sort of weakness. It's like, no, you need the other person. You need that woman. She needs you. There's certain needs, and you have to just admit that you have that. But instead, I think people resent that feeling. I think because I think I've done that myself.
I like that there's 80s female hair metal playing behind this.
Want a sandwich?
I don't know. Like this. This again
not
feels
a good movie.
Yeah, this more feels.
This is definitely my romantic comedies blow this out of the fucking water, hands down.
They're still terrible movies. I mean, your romantic comedies. I mean,
oh yeah,
but this is this whole. It's still tapping into the early '80s shitty movie.
That's a higher level of bad.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, exactly. It functions a little bit.
That guy wishes he was Ted McGinley.
Yeah, but he's not. Exactly. That jacket,
and he's far from booger.
Look he doesn't care, man.
You're a shell.
He's the wild guy. He's wearing his fucking stovepipe Lincoln hat, and he's just look at him. He's just the beat of his own drum.
I feel like I feel like it's gotten taller as the movie's gone on. Who's this?
Is that Pia Zadora? Oh, that was a punk hairstyle.
Why is there smoke? Where's the smoke?
I was such a dork back then.
Oh, there's the nerd.
This is disturbing to me. If I would have seen this, I wouldn't have liked this. I wouldn't have liked it. I had some taste back then. I could tell a good movie versus a bad. I wouldn't have liked this.
You were cheesing over St. Elmo's Fire when this movie came out.
I can feel St. Elmo's fire burning in me. I can see the higher mountain. St. Elmo's Fire, again, that was like, this is mature film. This is mature film, St. Elmo's Fire. I thought that. I absolutely thought that. Because it felt like it was, hey, these young adults. It literally felt like a world of just like, I could not conceptualize it because I had not gone through the experience of becoming a young adult. And that's the reason why it struck a chord, that masterpiece from the now deceased Joel Schumacher.
Joel Schumacher.
Yeah, I always fuck up his name.
Schumacher.
But he's terrible. He's so fucking bad. I can't, I intentionally
Dude, I
get his
watched
name
Batman
wrong.
Returns in forever. I think we're bringing it back around again. Dude, those movies as a child, you have to understand where I was, though.
I get it.
I loved him as a kid. Look at fucking.
He did Falling Down, which I guess is okay. I don't know. Maybe even that's bad. But I mean,
Falling Down's a good movie.
You know,
that's like a real movie. You don't like Falling Down?
Falling Down's decent. It's decent. You know,
Gets
it works.
upset over the price of a can of Coke.
You know,
ruins Los Angeles.
Exactly. That was very much like early 90s existentialism. It was also like a post-Cold War movie. You know, he didn't have a job anymore because the defense industry kind of shrunk after the Cold War. That was part of the thing, which, you know, a lot of people didn't like that. So, people lost their job.
So I figure we could blast through the rest of these topics here. The Trump, we talked about the fetus in the road.
Yeah. And they don't know what that is. Or what happened. They don't know the story behind that.
Yeah, I mean, fucking
man, that's rough.
Buffet run amok.
Whew, that's city living when you hear that. That's some city living. Yeah.
That's needing to be somewhere.
Yeah. I'm late for an appointment. Oh, this 5-month-old kicking around inside me must be aborted. It's just like, wow.
Look, he's wearing long black clothes to signify his fucking angst.
Man, that's right, man.
And then, so Trump vetoed the spending bill, which is a defense spending bill, right?
I'd have to read more about it to actually know.
I'm not interested in it either.
A lot of it is the kind of the he is. I am so sick of him that I just want him to go.
Yeah, and there's no consequence to anything well, there is, but I'm saying like
don't be a
newsworthiness.
Like that.
I'm saying like newsworthy. Like everyone's kind of done with him. So I feel like he's even trying to do this. Like she was saying during the break, to tell people "fuck you" for not proclaiming me president, and to just kind of like, well, just to kind of like be annoying because he knows it's over. It's
a childish act. It's a childish act. It's a very selfish act, and it's the weakness. It's capitalism gone haywire is what we're experiencing right now. It's the corporatocracy gone haywire.
Yeah,
you know, this is sort of what happens: a fractious society, divided society, consumerism run amok. Overconsumption, you know, just
we're at the point in our society where the USS Enterprise would land and study our society
to wonder, okay, these are pivot points.
Why are you at philosophical war with each other? They don't fight with guns, Spock.
Yeah. It's at a certain key point in our development
called
you know,
Twitter.
No, Spock, it's a program on a computer called Twitter.
It's gay, whatever it is. I like fucking pussy, Spock.
Yeah. But the whole... I got Exy there. Star Trek got Exy.
They don't have genders, Spock. It's very confusing. I don't know who to sexually assault.
It's interesting. That narrative was there even during the 80s, even though it was not as pronounced as it is
gender
now.
bending?
But yeah, that was the term gender bending. And certainly like with David Bowie, like mid-70s, that whole the glitter rock.
Jenner says he wanted to transition immediately after the Olympics.
Really?
And kind of started to. And then when I met Kris Jenner, or Chris, whatever the fuck, the OJ wife.
Yeah.
Kardashian.
Yeah.
She wasn't into it. She was like, I'm not.
Yeah.
So she made me stop.
Oh, God. Well, actually, you made yourself stop, unfortunately.
Yeah, you could. She's not hot.
I mean, but it's also...
It was money. It was money, dude. That Wheaties box fucking revenue was dwindling.
Oh, yeah. I think that... But he had made some money. I mean, he's very much a Republican.
He definitely fit in the time where you could make any money being an Olympic athlete.
Yeah.
Now you have to fucking win gold medals, but then fucking get caught smoking weed, and then you can make money.
There's some, it isn't the squeaky clean image.
No.
It's funny. You know, I was watching this week on HBO. It was a great thing.
Your mom.
They have a... yeah, exactly. God,
that was horrible. A big insult. As a childhood for me. If you threw your mom at somebody...
Yeah.
They might fight you. If
what age you think?
Grade school, 4th grade.
8th to 9th grade. 8 to 9 year old. 8 to 9 year old. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that makes sense. But I was watching on HBO. What was it? We were talking about not with the Yorkshire Killer. We were talking about a different thing I was watching on there. Shit, I lost my train of thought because of the fucking. It's kicked in, man. It took me off the beaten path, man. You know,
it wasn't that long ago.
I know. I'm losing my short-term.
We got to blow through topics.
It's
anyway.
happening. I know. It's
Mississippi Queen died. I'll do the
but the whole. I'm sorry. With Trump, it's just like his whole. It's just he's got to. just go.
We definitely were talking about gender bending.
Yeah, and like that whole, like those issues were sort of discussed in the 80s at that time. But not in the same sort of. It was definitely, I think, deemed odd and weird in conservative America. But there was a discussion about it back then. There was a lot of. But it was not.
Yeah.
Not as prevalent of a topic.
As someone who could play devil's advocate feminist, I could say like, yeah, you guys were just giving it lip service back then. There was no action being put to it.
Well, well, I mean,
is that a giant crab?
Yeah, I guess.
In there?
Yeah, I think that's a meal she's making.
Wow.
Because I guess part of the gag is she's a bad cook. I guess mom's a bad cook.
Dude, that reminded me. That big thing they used reminded me in the 90s. They did a thing called Backyard Bugs at the Museum of Science and Industry.
Yeah.
And you walked around and they had these giant size insects, and I was terrified. My mom had to like reassure me that it wasn't going to be because they had this giant praying mantis and shit. Yeah. And I was just like, Mom, I don't think I can handle this. Like, I don't think I'm ready.
Yeah.
For Backyard Bugs.
Wow. I hear you. Good for you. Yeah, I remember this being kind of a comic scene. This was a comedic scene. Him putting the Q-tips in. Oh, he's doing face. There you go. That's the exclamation point. There we go.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Dude, what's the movie where he fucking puts the scissors in his fucking nose and fucking rams his head down and kills himself?
Oh, God.
What fucking movie is that?
Cusack?
My dad showed me that as a kid. That might be someone kills himself. What fucking movie is that?
It couldn't be Cusack, man.
No, it's a different movie.
But was it Cusack doing it, though? Was he killing himself?
No, the things in the nose reminded me.
That. Yeah. God, I lost my train of thought. Ooh, there's Porky coming back. There we go.
He's a main character.
But
He's always coming back.
He's getting a paycheck. He's getting a check.
I mean, he clearly had a gimmick because he owns pig burgers in this. What if it is Porky?
He's like a southern fucking fat weirdo. Like, the fact that he had a career is amazing. It's incredible. But people, they talked about those issues back then. If Star Trek came down and watched our planet now, the sort of how it just feels so fucked up. It just feels.
I think it's that movie where Christopher Walken can see the future.
Dead Zone.
Yeah,
Dead Zone's actually David Cronenberg directed that. History of Violence. That's a good early Cronenberg movie, I think. I think Dead Zone's decent.
My dad loves Dead Zone.
It came out in '83, and it's actually an okay movie. I mean, it's not, it's very basic, but when you watch it now, it's a very simple shot movie. But it works. The acting is decent. Well, that was my introduction to Walken. I didn't know Walken from Annie Hall or movies like
that. Was also kind of before he had the real tone to it. He had a real
He was exactly.
He talked like a regular fucking person. What movie do you think he discovered that persona?
For me, I think of. That's good. That's a good question. I want to say True Romance, but it's probably before that time. Because his late 80s, early 90s career, I don't quite know what he was in at that time. Like what he actually had some success with. I mean, he was obviously in The Deer Hunter, and so, I mean, he was in some bigger movies, but like his late 80s, early 90s career, I don't quite know what Walken was in at that time.
Speaking of, we'll go on to this. So the person who sang Mississippi Queen died. Was that 70s? Was Mountain the 70s?
Very early 70s. Like
so
70,
like
71. Yeah. No, I was an infant.
Your parents probably fucked to Mountain.
No. My mom was not that cool. My father was too detached. They wouldn't have had music like that, I think. The
record player was in the living room. You don't make love in the living room.
I remember we had like an 8-track player like in the mid 70s. 3 Dog Night. The ink is black, the paper's white. Together we learn how to read and write. Is that how it goes?
I think so.
It's just an old-fashioned love song.
Don't they also sing "What Goes Up"?
Oh, I think so. Yeah, must come down. Spinning in the rhythm, you got to go around. No, it may not have been them, but I think it was a band like that. And the funky Chicago had a little bit of a feel like that, brassy. 3 Dog Night was also wow. I think they had another hit. They don't know. One is the loneliest number that you ever knew.
Let's just see the snow race.
You know, it's Hot Dog was a movie that came out at this time. It was a TNA movie. Listen, you didn't have access to pornography where you can just blink your eyes now and just see porn forever. You know, it's like when you would see
go to the woods
boobs,
and find
when you would see like boobs in a movie, that was a huge deal. At like 12 or 13 for my age, that was like you waited for that moment. That made the movie like it made it. You know, it was like
for me
you
too.
got to see breasts.
I think I've said
shit.
it on this show before. The only reason I saw horror movies as a kid was because there was fucking boob in it.
Exactly. They would do that. You know,
the only reason to watch. I knew Friday the 13th was bad, but at the beginning or end you saw tit. Usually first scene was when you'd see some serious cannage.
There was a woman, I watched a bit of the original Friday the 13th over Halloween this time. And the woman who gets the axe in the head, which was like a gory special effect for its time. You're getting a good axe right in your face, dying. Her build up, like she's wearing these 70s, like late 70s, early 80s panties, and like has a kind of a short top on. It's like she's actually kind of hot. Like she definitely has they cast her like she had the body for that scene.
What we could end because I think we both first time in the segment of romantic comedy, I can safely say, let's turn this movie off. Right? Let's watch because we're gonna. I figured the last topic we could talk about, ease out of, is Kirk Cameron. Growing Pains star.
God.
Upset because DiCaprio took off and he didn't. I firmly believe that's why he went religious.
Kirk Cameron?
Kirk Cameron, because he's mad that Leo fucking
because they were on
the same show.
Yeah, exactly. Absolutely.
Leonardo DiCaprio was a throwaway on Growing Pains. Came in as the orphan.
Yeah.
Cousin Oliver. He was Cousin Oliver.
Yeah, absolutely.
Kirk Cameron was supposed to play that tard.
Kirk Cameron, he was with Dudley Moore. He did a movie with Dudley Moore.
So let's turn this garbage off.
There was the competition with Big. That there was a little uptick in the late 80s of like, hey, we're switching roles. You're young and you're old. Blah 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 blah. Well, Dudley Moore and him had a movie at the same time that the Hanks movie came out, and the Hanks movie Big destroyed it. But Cameron was actually going to be in some major movies. He was Growing Pains. He was big. Yeah, he was big in Growing Pains.
Kirk Cameron does this thing called Way of the Master.
Oh, God.
And it's this
crazy Christian theme.
The firefighter remained locked in the emergency vehicle for sick and tragedy when he failed to release rescue equipment. This resulted in the needless and tragic deaths of a family of 5. Eyewitnesses were sickened when they discovered that the reason the firefighter remained locked in the emergency vehicle was simply because he was testing a new high-tech CD player, which he maintained he had bought as a gift for the fire chief.
That's when you know he's telling a story about someone who died.
And he dishonorably discharged.
These are how all these start. This is a 30-minute fucking infomercial. These used to be on all the time. At some point, he'll involve a New Zealand guy who's from New Zealand.
Argued that for more than 3 minutes after arriving on the scene, the firefighter wore earphones and listened to a CD while a family of 5 was screaming to be rescued from the 6th
So he's throwing the fucking fire department under the bus? Like there's some sort of weird like economic angle to this?
And you know it's true because he's reading it off a legal pad.
And fell to her death while still clutching an infant.
So we'll get into this as this goes.
Is this even true? This is how it
Probably
unfolded?
not. I mean, have you ever heard someone call it a high-tech CD player?
I know. I'm like, what is that? I mean, that whole thing, like, and they're just saying because he's.
As he remained seated in the vehicle, listening to the CD.
So
this caliber of Hollywood is fucking weird.
So what he does, and I'll get into it a little bit, and we'll tell the story about the mask rally. The meat of what this is he goes around areas and he like man on the streets people about like he'll tell them a story like this and he'll be like, do you think that person was going to heaven? And he tries to like flip people on the street. So this guy right here for people, this dude right there, he had an anti-mask rally for the mask Gestapo. He called them the mask Gestapo.
There's only a certain amount of time left.
So this really what's happening here is this New Zealand fucking shill who you're about to see. This guy, Ray Comfort, he is trying to.
I like him partnering with this dude.
He's trying to use Kirk Cameron's celebrity to sell.
Easy to love and worship God When you think of how beautiful God is, how wonderful He is, and the love that He's expressed toward us in the cross, it's easy.
You should have saved your growing pains money, dude. You wouldn't have to be here right now.
Christian to worship the Lord as it is for
He broke up with that hot chick that he was dating from Growing Pains because she was a sinner.
Yeah.
It's easy for me to say, I love you, Lord, but it's not as easy.
I don't get the need to feel so, it's so sententious.
Look how big that Bible is.
God, he's terrible.
Save the lost.
I am so not into.
The whole church, we're all commanded as Christians to go into all the world and preach the gospel to every creature.
Oh, he's a big proponent of like Africans are going to burn in hell because they're not fucking Christian.
Yeah. That is the Dark Ages. That is what they did with the dark. That was all part of the plan, though. Where Christianity had its business side. Well, I mean, they had, the Vikings were in Scandinavia. They were coming out. They were the scourge of Europe for about 200 years.
Yeah.
Until the 12th century.
They just fucked and stole their way to
from the 10th to the 12th century.
To glory.
They dominated Western Europe and a lot of Europe, And they
love Vikings, dude. Vikings, medieval times, and like with the Wild West are three eras I would love to live in. Yeah. I mean, you die when you're 36,
I know.
but what a ride.
Yeah, it is. It's a party. And so, I mean, Christianity didn't make it to Norway until the 12th century.
Here we go.
Until the 12th century. Christianity didn't make it to Norway and Scandinavia until the 12th century. So, and that was done for a purpose. Like, we got to get these savages in line,
Here, check
okay?
this out.
We got to get them to pay attention to something. You know what I mean? Like, we got to convert them to Christianity.
Yeah.
You know?
No, 100%.
And it was all done to soften them up.
It was the first rule of law.
Yeah, it was because because these guys are coming down and they're invading us.
What happens after someone dies?
I don't know.
Do you think there's a heaven and
So this is the first episode. This is probably decades old. This is the first episode. The whole crux of this episode is they say 2% of Christians share their faith publicly. So what they're going to try and do is...
you're the one who's under attack.
Yeah.
Exactly. You're the one who's under attack.
I think they're just going to try and get people like, do people even know these things? Like they basically just bombard people with religion. So check this out.
I don't know.
Do you ever think about life and death?
All the time.
Some form of afterlife. What form? I really don't know.
Do you believe in heaven and hell?
Yes,
heaven and hell?
Heaven is here and hell is here.
So when someone dies, they don't go to heaven or hell?
No.
So there's no hope of an afterlife?
No.
I don't believe in an afterlife. I don't believe in that. The afterlife is the feeling of love that we have for people that we leave behind. All the good things that we do for everybody in this world. The good thing. I think that if there was a heaven, I would go to heaven.
You think you'd go to heaven?
Yes, I do, because I'm a very good person. I've done a lot of good things. I try to help everybody. I try to do a good deed every day.
What about guys? Do you help guys?
Death.
Well, listen. It's
as opposed to not dying?
Yeah, life.
Oh gosh. I think maybe you... I don't know. I think it's like...
You were created to deal with the anxiety over dying. You can't deal with the anxiety over dying. And I'm not saying it's an easy thing to stomach. But the fact is, there's a point, I think emotionally we are equipped to handle everything, including our own passing.
See what they say to Judy Tenuta here.
Jesus.
Are you making this up as you go along?
Look at his fucking Penny Hardaway jersey.
I believe that if you're a good person, then you will go to heaven.
And how do you define a good person?
Yes, I am.
I like to think I'm a good person.
But that doesn't make me a terrible person.
Have you stolen in your life anything at all?
Yes.
So you're a lying thief?
Well, I'm a lying thief, but that doesn't make me a killer or a murderer.
Have you ever hated anybody?
Yes.
Yeah. You in my face right now.
Every episode I've
you can't extrapolate.
Bro, I've gotten high and watched a lot of these. So every episode usually the framework is the same. Do you think you're a good person? Everyone says yes. Every now and again you'll see someone be like, well, everyone's flawed.
Yeah.
But then they'll ask, well, have you ever stolen anything? And they'll be like, yeah. Have you ever lied? And they'll be like, well, you're a lying thief.
Yeah.
But then they'll throw it back on them. They'll be like, we just talked about what makes a good person and a bad person. And you basically just said that you're a bad person.
Yeah, don't trip me up with your simple Jedi mind tricks, you moronic Christian. I'd like it if they tried that crap on me. I'd go directly at them,
I'm sure people do. I would love to see the outtakes.
Because it's just like, you're like, here's one of my main things with Christianity that really this type of Christianity, this brand, is this whole like the dark side of your psyche doesn't exist. It exists. You integrate it with your light side, and that's like, we've all seen the Star Trek episode with Kirk. It's like you have to have the good and the bad together. You can't just eliminate the bad. Have you lied? Yes, I've lied. Sometimes I've lied so I didn't hurt someone's feelings. You know what I mean? You lie for maybe some good reasons sometimes.
Called the third input for a reason.
It's not a good habit to get into.
It's not a sin.
If you haven't, what about you? Why do you have to preach to other people? Can you integrate your guilty conscience into your psychology? Why? Because you have sexual feelings? Oh my God. You're a human being with sexual feelings?
Ray Comfort is gay, bro.
Yeah.
Could finance this car for me. He bought it for me.
Every single Christian should have his own fishing spot. Of course, we fish to try and reach out.
Oh my God! Start talking to people. Let's manipulate some people, for Christ's sake.
And it actually helps when you
wait.
Amendments on it. And these are great to start a conversation with somebody. Also got some $1 million bills in my pocket. Awful lot of fun. And
because look they're doing Jesus's work, man.
Basically, I was born here, but I was brought up in Bangladesh.
Okay. What's the capital of India?
New Delhi, Calcutta.
You're not sure?
Oh, I'm sorry, it's New Delhi. Come on,
Can I give it to him?
You can give it to him. No,
it's him. Have you thought about it?
Nope.
Where are they at? Like a bad, like a...
They're on the Santa Monica Pier.
I was going to say, or are they on 3rd Street?
You ever thought about the afterlife?
The Santa Monica Promenade?
Somewhere.
Nope.
Yeah, is this filmed in Cali? Yeah, this is filmed in Cali, yeah. I think you might be right.
No, I saw them on the pier before they went up.
What about you?
Sorry?
Do you think God exists?
No. Why are you being so aggressive and weird? I don't like this. Get out of my face, Well, what is your problem, I mean, seriously, that's what my reaction would be. I don't want to say that because I try to be a nice guy sometimes.
I would do it.
In the right mood, I would lay into him.
Here's the kind of person I was. I would go along with this because I want to make fun of it.
Yeah, I could see that too. Like, what else are they going to say?
I have such tolerance for this. Like, I would not shut it down. I would string them along so fucking hard and lie to them. I once went with a bunch of Jehovah's Witnesses to play basketball just because I wanted to play basketball.
Yeah.
And then I dominated all those nerds. I crossed all of them up. It was the only time I was
good
absolute superior athlete to people. I dropped 30 on them.
Wow.
I won whatever. They had some like Bible prayer. I was like saved that day or whatever the fuck. And then at the end, they tried to fucking sell them. I'm just like, dude, I just wanted to ball out on some dorks.
Yeah. I tell you what, basketball is the sport that Christians try to get you through. Baseball too. All the sports in general, but I feel like basketball in particular. Like Christians like playing basketball.
Let's see what they asked this girl.
I think so.
Yeah, I try. I mean, this world's a difficult world, and it's hard to approach people knowing how to approach people and like the right things to say because you don't want to come off too strong and people, turn against it even more. So, I mean, to me, I feel like it's better to form a friendship with someone, and then when you feel comfortable enough, you can talk about your faith with them and stuff. But
I just,
I mean, when I have
if it gets you through the day, honestly, if it gets you through the day, and you're able to quell some of your anxieties, and it gives you a feeling of calm, who am I to judge? Who am I to judge that? If that works for you, honestly, good. I'm glad it works for you. Don't ever talk with me about it. Don't ever talk with me about it. It's I have my own belief system, and I'm assessing it. It's not totally rock solid, but I tend to think of having a certain experiences in your life. The experience is what you sort of draw upon to give you a certain wisdom to hopefully get through some things, coping skills and coping mechanisms. Because when I look at this, I think this is a pretty big con. I think a lot of this caliber of religion is a giant con.
It's clearly a con that's not working because now he's doing fucking maskless proselytizing on Instagram.
Well, yeah. So what did he do with that? What did he do with hosts?
So he had this big thing in fucking I think like Burbank or some shit where it was just we're gonna join up and carol without masks, and it was like masked in love. We're gonna show out of love because we want to gather, and faith is the only thing that's keeping people, all that blah 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 shit. And then he's on Instagram being like, I just don't think a piece of paper on your mask is stopping a virus from going through.
Well, no, actually, you're wrong. Not stopping it, but it's a step to stop it from happening. I bet your chances of getting it are cut by like, I don't know, 80% or something. It's like,
insane.
no, you should actually wear it, you fucking moron. Why does it affect your ego like that? I don't get it. There's like this bizarre vanity in it too, which I don't understand. It's just odd to me. The whole born again Christian, I just do not get.
Which equates to something like 10 million atheists in the United States. Didn't you used to be an atheist?
Yeah, I did. I used to be a devout atheist. That sounds a little strange, but I was committed to my belief that God didn't exist. And this really wasn't based on anything other than what I had learned in school. I thought that
I know school is just, it's socialist agenda. Just trying to give you knowledge of history and stuff. It's socialist. You should be worshiping something that we don't know that if it really exists or not. Just create it because I'm afraid of dying. And therefore you should just, that's the way you should think. Critical thinking, out the door. Science doesn't exist. The sun revolves around the earth. Come on, Galileo. Your formulas don't work. Science isn't the thing. No, it's faith. God, it's arrogant. It's so arrogant to me.
See, I found this hilarious as a kid.
Sorry, I'm really going off.
I found this hilarious as a kid.
I mean, it is. I mean, there is some comedy in it, but it's so. It's just. I hate it.
I don't take this seriously one iota.
Good for you. Because I think of like there being a caliber of person out there like this. They're holding.
There is.
I mean, I think our presidency. It's like there's a weird Christian element to it that's so fucked up.
Where I will give them not credit, but they don't ever sell anything. Like this is
these guys.
This show is just a show. Like that. No point do they get you to buy a Bible. It's just
other than selling you the lie of faith.
Yeah, basically. Okay. What a way to go out. That's a good way to end it. Right there.
I have faith in certain things. It's just God. I don't like it. He's just laid back. He's got one leg up. He's Kirk Cameron, man. He's just the
probably
Lord's
talking about how
in.
atheism is like that banana.
Close side, 2 ridges. If you get your hand ready to grip a banana, you'll find on the far side there are 3 grooves, on the close side 2 grooves. The banana and the hand are perfectly made one for the other.
That's a sexual thing.
You'll find the maker of the banana.
If you grab a nice thick cock,
is this the?
You'll notice the vine rests. The vine on the cock rests in the little groove in the middle of your hand.
That's completely Christian homoerotic, right? What's going on right there?
Oh, 100%. If you're going underneath, the big fat vein in the bottom of the cock rests.
It's literally one of the ultimate phallic symbols.
Tab. The contents don't squirt in your face. You'll find the wrapper, which is biodegradable, has perforations.
He's obviously a gay man. He's not dealt with it.
No, he's talking about he's talking about how a banana and a cock is perfectly evolved.
He talks about juices when he's under the banana, right? That's what my mind. I'm Freudian.
I think where he's going to end up going, Crow, is that
intelligent design
atheism is not that. It's intelligent design is the way, because atheism is not natural. It's chaotic and not natural.
Focusing muscles that move more than 100,000.
Here's part of the thing that bothers me about it too.
The human eye has.
Oh, I remember seeing this. He also talks about macro and micro evolution. Like he doesn't believe in evolution because nobody's ever seen the in between of like a lizard and a duck. No one's ever seen a lizard duck. No one's ever seen a fucking bird lion.
That's a whole other thing.
And if
too.
you believe in evolution, there had to be a point where one of these things existed. Like he doesn't know what micro evolution is, where it's slow.
Yeah, exactly. And that's my point, is that their perception of time.
They think apes woke up one day as humans.
Yeah, or that's how it had to have happened in order for evolution to happen. Yeah, it's like no. You see, they can't judge time because they're so egocentric. Like their whole sense of time is like they can't fathom the idea that there's it's millions of years that this stuff happens.
I love that within 2 minutes I was like, I remember this one.
Yeah,
I know which ones.
Yeah, it made an impression.
Yeah,
it made an impression. This guy's terrible.
Well,
plus, I mean, it's just. It's the intelligent design argument. I mean, literally the Supreme Court, like Barrett probably like watches this stuff and like, yes.
He probably subscribes to this bank.
I mean, the whole, of Trump's cabinet, think of Betsy DeVos. The fact that she lasted all 4 years is what an awful human being.
She's a feckless,
what a terrible human being,
No lips on the girl.
And just and that whole, that weird, like, upper Midwest Christian thing. It's very judgy.
Yeah.
I find it very judgy.
She finds comfort in Ray Comfort.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, he's right. And there's a certain righteous, like, no. What is the need to be right? Why do you got to be right all the time? You know? I mean, there's a certain rationality to the world, you know, and it's just,
I gotta get you in a better mood to ease out of this.
No, I'm enjoying my vitriol right now. I'm actually feeling amazing. I haven't felt this funny in years. Is that Max Headroom?
No, yeah.
They sang a song, but urban.
Imagine this love for the rest of the year.
Is that the keyboardist from Dave Matthews? Let's fucking ease out on the Goonies here.
You know,
did you enjoy the episode? Did you have a good time?
Yeah,
today,
it was great. I had a great time. I lost my train of thought in that one point, but that's okay. I mean,
all right. We got next week.
We got through stuff.
We got next week. Well, I had fun. You had fun.
Absolutely.
We learned a lot. We talked shit about Kirk Cameron.
Man, that got me going.
You know, we went somewhere but didn't go anywhere, which is what I like about this show.
It has no point.
At some point, points were made, but it has no point. It's the podcast about nothing. We're the Seinfeld of podcasting.
Yeah, you know.
So yeah,
John Matuszak, former Oakland Raider,
dead
John
as
Matuszak.
a fucking doornail.
Yeah. He died. He had a cocaine existence.
You always go on a rant right when I'm about to end the show with the music.
Doing it. Well, I want to get my last words in.
Yeah. Yeah. Subscribe to us on social media. You are at
Follow it.
Insecure Comic.
Yes.
On Twitter, Adam Kroshus, everywhere else. I am Keith Pazel across the board. Subscribe to the channel down here. And then hit the bell to get notified when we put out a new episode.
Yes.
We enjoy everyone who listens to the show. And we'll see you next week.
Absolutely, everybody.
Goodbye.
Good times.
Nothing ever changes. We're all entertainers, nothing ever changes. Ain't no love tonight in this city, and here I thought that